Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Splatoon Stronghold. Okay.
Are we live?
Are we live? Well.
Hello?
Okay, yeah. Sorry, pardon us. Right, okay, so allow me to restart. Hello everybody, once again, we are back again with another Splatoon Stronghold broadcast, and today we will be doing something a little new. Today we are broadcasting the mid-season tournament of the program. This is the first time we'll be doing this, and well, it's quite interesting to see because most of the time you have seen these players after they've completed the 5-week program. But this time around, this is the mid-season tournament that we hold internally to allow them to get a feel for the tournaments, for how tournaments work, how they go. And today, I am joined by my co-commentator, Umbra.
Hey guys! Very excited to cast the first mid-season tournament that we've ever done. What about you, Kieran?
I mean, I'm certainly interested. This isn't the first mid-season tournament I've seen from the program, but it's definitely the first one that we're streaming. So I'm interested to see because this is the team's very first impression of tournaments, at least for Splatoon. So them getting their first taste of this kind of environment it's always interesting to see.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how these teams play out. We've seen some really good performance and results so far from the players this season. We actually saw someone win a Div 9 cap. Pretty cool.
That is very impressive for again a team that has only had 3 weeks of competitive experience.
Yep. We're gonna be putting our round 1 set live pretty soon. We're gonna do Swiss, so we're gonna have 4 rounds, and then we'll be moving into top cut, middle cut, and bottom cut.
Indeed, top cut is 4 teams as well. Oh, I need to
believe so.
There it is. Well,
we're currently just working on getting our first match going. We'll be expecting to see it.
As a reminder to the audience, things may be a little rickety here because not all the players are used to, just starting tournaments. This is their first time doing this kind of thing, so it might be a little shaky in terms of organization. So please be patient with us on that.
Okay, looks like we're gonna have our first one coming up. We have 8 Rain Blast 7, I think that's how you say it. We got Avaclava 250, Foxmandan, Google, Evans, and Rain Dot Dot.
Indeed, and on the other side we have Team 86. Actually, that brings up another point. If you see, again, for the audience, if you see just team insert number, that is a team that has not yet decided on their name that they will have at the end of the program. Sometimes sometimes people pick their team name right off the bat, sometimes they take their time and decide on it later on. So for the moment, on Team 86 we have Lefby, Soggy, Marcher Gremlin, Tricky, and Black Flame. Let me see, I'm gonna pull. Okay, so we're looking at... Yeah, so... So an interesting fact for 8 Rain Blast, yes, both the team manager and the coach are former SBA students from previous seasons, which, pretty cool.
We will see them get some playing time.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, looks like we're going to start the match pretty soon, and it looks like for active roster of 8 Rain Blast 7, we're going to be subbing out Avaclava, and then we're going to go with the other 4. Yeah. And for the active roster of Team 86, we're going to have the Soggy, Matcha Gremlin, and Tricky.
I'm looking at these weapons here. We've got E-Liter, H3, and Stamper. 3 slowly descending levels of range for Foxmandan. Blue Poo has a very support-orientated weapons, apart from the Lunar Blaster, which is literally whatever Go My Zipcaster Blaster. Evans doesn't seem to have a concrete weapon pool, and then Rain Dot Dot it's just simple reflux. Can't go wrong with the reflux stream kit. You can't complain there.
You know what else you can't go wrong with? 2 Zipcasters. Luna
True,
and
double
Sword.
zip.
Will we see it?
I mean, I'm not sure if you I'm not sure if you watched one of the earlier SBA showcases, but a team with double Zipcaster did. If I recall correctly, they took the entire thing. So, yeah, it was certainly a sight to behold. It was flying daggers. Flying daggers. Pardon me for getting what ads. Like
of
flying
course,
daggers.
well, I know them actually.
Yeah.
I played with 2 members of their old team. Terrifying comps. And on the other side, we're gonna have Lefty. Looks like they're gonna play Doolies and Brush. And Soggy, maybe they're gonna play a bit of everything. Matcha Gremlin, though, really getting those fun picks. Splat Roller, beside Gold Arrow Spray and Blob Blobber. Personally, I would love to see Gold Arrow Spray in this tournament. And we're gonna have Tricky with, I'd say some good picks. We have the Cobra Jet Squelcher, the V-Wiper, and the Ballpoint with Inkback. And Black Flame, they're gonna play a bit of everything.
I think Matcha Gremlins is the most interesting. I think the best way to describe that that weapon pool is the literal sense of all over the place. You've got heavy paint support you've got everything ranging from heavy paint spam support to backline to pick. It's all over the place in the best way possible. I think that's the best definition of a flex player.
I do agree, and you know, very contrasting weapons. Roller doesn't paint at all. Gold RG, it's always painting.
If your finger is not on the trigger, you're clearly doing something wrong. I'm kidding. That's a joke. There is always a good time to put it to not shoot, of course, because otherwise you give yourself away, obviously. But, you know.
Only if you think too hard about it. Now,
ever heard of the strategy of WM1?
Now, I'm curious if we're gonna see any traditional meta comps or anything like cooler. So, I've yet to see any pens though. I would be interested if we actually get like a cooler pencil in the tournament today. But if not, honestly, that's great. I do love to see different anchor weapons being played in the comp scene.
I do concur. Like, when it comes to low level, and it's something I always love about low level, you have a chance of seeing any weapon on the roster down here. The meta is almost null and void. Anything can work here, so long as, you know, they are willing to work with their team. If you try and do things alone, especially in competitive Splatoon at any level, it's going to end poorly. So, if you're willing to be flexible enough to try and work with your team with your weapon of choice, there is nothing but success for you down here.
Actually, speaking of that, you won't believe this. I played in a low-level tournament about 2 months ago, and then we had to fight a team that ran Clash Blaster Undercover, and then they played Triple Hammer, and they beat us on that Triple Hammer. So honestly, you can do anything, and you can still win.
Did you by any chance hear?
Don't worry, I heard that way too many times.
How many hammers got thrown at you that match, might I ask?
This is, I think 14.
Ooh, yeah, no.
It was rough.
Anyways, back to it though. We do have our first match lined up, and it's looking like Umami Ruins on tower control. Certainly an interesting map mode combination.
Sorry. There's a map screw up. That is actually Hagglefish Tower, and it's gonna beat Umami Rainmaker, I think.
Ah, small map. Yeah, small. Okay. Yeah, I was like, wait a second, that's not normal.
Yes. Okay. So, Hagglefish Tower is our first match, and then maybe Umami Rainmaker. We're gonna just see later. I guess.
We'll just see. We'll see how things go.
You know, we don't really have any dominance on tower control, to be honest, with any of the specials. We do have that Booyah Bomb, potentially, and that Bubble from Team 86.
They do have a triple splashdown.
It's gonna be curious. I'm curious to see what these comps are gonna be like today.
Yeah. I am actually interested too, because you don't see the ballpoint Nouveau much, and you don't see Blob. No, actually, correction, Blob's actually fairly more common than you think. Like, it's just that you don't see good Blob players. You know, it's a weapon that's very high execution if you want to get it right, kind of thing. To be fair, most backline weapons are not pen.
One of our beloved staff at Nintendo actually is a Blob Blobber main, Sappadillon. They are mid-level too, so you see, you can take it pretty far.
Indeed, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. We're going to be starting pretty soon. Any hopes today?
I don't really tend to hold hopes in a good way. I tend to let things like unfold instead of hoping for certain specific results or weapons, because they're always like that. You're always pleasantly surprised. Anyway, we are getting into the first round, Tower Control Hagglefish. Let's see what comps we have for the first one of this tournament.
Just a reminder, Brain Blast 7 is yellow, and Team 86 is the blue team.
We are seeing an Elite scope and a custom Explosher. And with that go, the mid-season tournament for the SBA is a go. We will be seeing
loving these weapons so far.
I mean, in terms of quote-unquote weapon rules, like them being as flexible enough. We've got painters, we've got attack, we've got offense, we've got defense, and a trade! It comes off straight away, but looks like Brain Blast is going to be left on the back foot for the moment. Missiles go off, but the Reflux tries to push in without noticing the shooter right next to them. That's not a good start.
Dominant Crab on tower. That Luna gets a huge pick on that Crab, though. They're going to halt this push. He's flanking. He might get a kill here. Whoa. On tower again, gets a double. Very strong dominance on this Luna right now.
Indeed, the Luna is making a massive flank. The massive AoE on the Luna coming in handy to kill 2 players with 1 single shot. Fantastic so far. Ending the push before it starts. Hammer is ready. Let's see if they get anything out of it. There go again.
Team 86 really struggled for getting any value out of their special. Let's see if Brain Blast does a different thing.
What a bait! Oh, you saw what I saw, right? They did a jump swing, but then immediately changed it into a throw, baiting the Nautilus to stand still. Making them think they were safe. Incredible. Okay, now pick from the Elite will actually knock out the Nort, sending them back to the respawn. Wavebreaker is on the field, making it so that everything needs to slow down a second. People need to jump. A flank from the splash though might spell disaster for Team 86. A panic splashdown will cause them to back off and give them enough space to finish things off. My goodness.
We're really just in a neutral state right now. It's going to be really hard for them to push up, because we have a lot of missing entry specials, especially on Team 86's. However, maybe they have the mechanical strike to pull it off. Currently, they look like they're actually getting a pretty strong push off. That Dooley's Crab gets popped out, unfortunately goes down, but they're still pushing that tower.
Indeed. This team with double splashdown definitely has the reactiveness to deal with problems. However, their main problem is getting into the places they need for those specials. Right now, Brain Blast is zoning them out. Meanwhile, Team 86 may hold the point wing for the moment, but it's going to be difficult for them to maintain it at this rate. This Wavebreaker is creating space. The splashdown ahead to take one out. Hold on, Crab is holding tower, and they actually are going to extend their lead. Team 86 may actually be able to work around this and what quick comp they've got going.
Can we give a shout out to those suction bombs? They are brutal for Brain Blast.
Oh no! Oh, that's not what you want to see. That's unfortunate. The blaster misses their direct and then gets rolled over. Oh, that sucks to be on camera.
That roller has a pretty dominant bubble going. He gets a huge kick on that reflex. Oh my gosh!
Oh my god, what is this, driving simulator or Splatoon 3? You better tell me right now. Oh my goodness.
I can't believe this, like 2 splashdowns, they're really struggling to get past that defense. You know, with that instant panic button, it's going to be really hard for them to get any value out, even from flanks. All you have to do is click one button, and it's honestly over for the player.
Oh, the invincibility saves the North! Incredible. Tricky now is behind them. Oh my goodness. Never mind, it's complete wipeout. And it looks like Team 86 may just get an easy pass through what is essentially the biggest uphill battle of this map.
Getting a second dominant bubble here. It's going to be really hard. They might be able to blow past that next checkpoint. Roller goes down to that reflex at a huge pick.
Yep, and it's a 3-down situation. Tricky needs to back up. The splashdown might take 2! Oh my goodness, it does get 2 though. Oh.
Now seeing this, we're still going to be flipped into a neutral state, and Brain Blast still has an easy chance to come back, but that roller sharks up and kills that leader. This is really bad for them. Gets 2, they have to turn around, they have no control here at the moment.
Yeah, this roller clearly just says, I do not care, I have paint, I will swim. And I'm going to swing. This is like definition of great sword, if you want to, if you know what I'm talking about there. Another bubble, and it's going to be in a prime position to keep the push going. But the thing is, they're 2 down. They need to be very careful. It's just Matra left in their bubble. Are they going to be able to get anything out of it? They do get a single splat. Oh no! Shut down immediately by Gloop. I'm sorry, that name is a little hard to pronounce quickly.
By Gloopa. One of the two.
Yeah, Weeble. Phenomenal
Now, we
triple
have 15
missile
seconds left on timer. 89 to 38. They might be able to make it back from overtime. There's no specials, really, to cancel them out. If the strikes come out, if they can retake tower, they might get an overtime.
It's a really early strikes, though. They do need something to go. They have 2 down. This is actually might be able to be a good start for overtime, but Crab is ready, and they don't have any specials to respond. Splashdown takes out another. Oh my goodness. The roller, the Elite is trying to, oh no, the Elite was dancing for their lives on the tower, trying to stay on it, but the fact that they jumped and an enemy player walked on means it's over. Unfortunate.
Roller really seemed to be an issue for them, especially running at tower. He was getting up close to them, he was taking out their leader, he was taking out anyone on tower. And, you know, I really thought they'd pull through, because, well, they had the Neo Splash, they had the paint for the Luna, and they had, like, an E-Leader and Luna, which are both, I'd say, pretty strong weapons that get kills. So, unfortunate, but maybe we'll see a comeback in this next one.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly hope so. It's always fun when you see it go to max games in a set. It's always fun. Of course, well, this is Swiss, so every round will, all 3 games will be played regardless. Right now, it's currently just a point race, not best of 3. And I'm definitely interested to see for Rainmaker, because Rainmaker is, in my opinion, one of the most that enables the most kind of strategies, especially with, you know, Vac being good for it, Bubbler being good for it. It's just really interesting to see how different teams and different comps approach playing around their Rainmaker carrier.
Yeah, you know, especially if we see that ballpoint Vac coming out, that's going to be really hard for the other team to actually get a big lead, because on this map, all you really need is 1 or 2 decent pushes past checkpoint, and they can just lock you out.
True, yeah. You just need to get things right, because if you're not careful, you also need to pay attention to the Rainmaker, even if it's not pop, because you never know when somebody comes in with, like, a sword or a hammer, just pops the Rainmaker, grabs it, and makes a mad dash for it when you're not expecting it.
And you know, like,
yeah,
those extra bombs they pop Rainmaker really easily. Plus, like, a bow, even something like Reflex pops Rainmaker super fast. So we may see some Rainmaker pop kills, which would be very fun to see.
Indeed. I mean, it's always funny at the same time, because, like, you see somebody chilling a little too close to the bubble, and you're like, you might want to back it, and they don't. Kind of thing.
Personally, my favorite moment is when you're shooting the Rainmaker bubble because you think you can pop it, but then you realize slowly you can't.
Yeah, it's like, wait, we win this pop. We might not win this pop. Oh, we're dead. Or when you just underestimate the explosion radius, like you hide, you're trying to like shark just outside the explosion radius, and then you forget you're slightly too close. Gone. Nothing. Just an extra sustain on the floor. And it's like, let's just hope my team didn't see that. Unfortunately, your team didn't. Don't
forget the confusion from the enemy team.
Yep. And just
it's
like enemy team sees 3 pop-ups, you're like, oh hey, 3 kills.
What happened there, right? This map actually, it's pretty unfavorable to get that first pop. It doesn't really get much pain out for you. So I imagine maybe we see a bit of focus on Rainmaker, and I'm curious to see what strategies they're going to use to approach this. Because with those strikes, if they run the same comp, strikes and missiles with stamp, right? Strong popping power, you know? And if they can get that Luna forward, the Luna can definitely get a lot of value going for them. But they got to make sure that Roller doesn't sneak past the front line.
Yeah, their biggest problem is mid, however. Like, I mean, for both teams in this situation, because both the teams have a fairly strong, like, backline player on each of them. So, yeah, that is no man's land unless there's a good opportunity to move the Rainmaker through that part of the map.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna have to see how they approach, you know, maybe dislodging or just getting rid of the backline altogether. It's up to them.
Yeah, this is going to be a really flat map too, so we might see that X-Washer struggling to fight that E-Leader, whereas the E-Leader is really going to be struggling in mid, and that's where the X-Splasher is going to excel. However, they do have that triple splashdown, which could be really good for instant Rainmaker pops when they want to run farther.
We've also got the fact that there is a dualies player in our midst, so fair chance that we see something like like dualies coming around with all this flat ground and everything, like wide open spaces for them to roll through. Yeah, I smell the potential for some very interesting comps.
Well, looks like we're going to be going soon. However, I am really hoping to see this ballpoint back come out. I want to see some tomfoolery.
True. We want to see shenanigans. This isn't top level. We don't need to stick to hard meta. Want to see it?
There's always shenanigans in Splatoon, guys. Always.
End parries.
Whoa.
Well, no, actually, you know what? Heavy edit. Heavy edit is always nice to see. Actually, especially when making.
Oh, and a cooler weapon. Look at that.
Both teams like for a cool weapon, which is fair enough. Oh, the end parry trying to duel the bucket does not go well for them, but they do get traded out immediately. Both teams once again at each other's throats from the get-go.
That roller again. Oh my god, in mid, he is just destroying right now. Running forward, trapped a bit in ink. Oh my god, leader misses the shot. This is huge. He's getting a lot of control for free. And that bubble's coming out. Oh my god.
A phenomenal push, but unfortunately the Julie was a little slow to keep up with them. However, this is still a phenomenal push from them to break the check despite there being a wave breaker there. Oh my goodness. Phenomenal early break for Team 86.
Yeah, and that splashdown up from the X-Flow, if he holds that, they could definitely use that for an instant pop to catch the team by surprise. Oh, X-Flow does go down, but tries going down with it. They don't have a cooler. It's a 3v3. Let's see if they can hold it before Red Meat reset.
Yeah, they are, right now, Team 86 is currently in the back foot because, again, they have a player who's trying to make it back to the fight where they are just trying to hold the low ground, but also trying to keep the Rainmaker going. The bucket gets in, got one, but gets traded out immediately again. This bucket is not having a good day.
That roller, I think they've caught on to what the roller's trying to do. They're keeping him at bay, and he's struggling to get back in. Looking for a Rainmaker suicide play. Do they get the checkpoint? Oh, he's getting stuck in it. Oh shit, he's getting stuck in it. No. Come on, get it,
they do get it.
Nice. Oh,
they matched the pop. The Booyah Bomb to keep them covered was insane.
Great play from their team. And they're running Rainmaker for lead. This is great for them. 2 players go down on Team 86. 3 players. It's just this headed. They're going to be able to get another pop and run it even further. This headed really has to stop them right now.
Yep, Rainmaker waiting for Booyah Bomb to go through to make sure that they can actually be covered. Cooler is up for Team 86, and Brain Blast now is sitting in a really good position to maybe take the entire game if they're patient. You just need to be careful. Splashdown goes off, but nobody goes down. Roller has been taken out too. It's a mad dash to the podium, but it's getting painted over, and they're stuck at 4 points.
I mean, look, Brain Blast is really panicking right now because they're just trying to stop this Rainmaker, but they're unable to. But we are seeing that Rainmaker reset, so they could be able to get this back out. They have 2 splashdowns and a bubble. This is going to be really easy for them to just chain a bunch of splashdowns together and get a lot of pops going.
Oh my goodness, and buried down immediately. Down goes the bucket, and it's a... Never mind, equalized immediately. The E-Leader sees somebody and catches them out. You tried. No.
Huge.
The E-Leader has sightline. You don't get to do that, unfortunately.
They're really struggling to fight this E-Leader. He has really good position and sight control right now.
Yep, Crab is pushing the Rainmaker off of mid. Team 86 again on the back foot here. They need a good moment and they need a good series of splats to get themselves going. Rainmaker is getting pressured on their own, and immediately they do get traded back though. They do get traded out, which is fine. Unfortunately, it looks like the Reflux is in a bit of trouble. Looks like QR was in effect too. That roller is immediately back. The bubbler is preventing the... Oh no! That is tragic. That was just rude. That bubbler was just kind of rude. Let's be honest.
We're seeing Team 86... not Team 86, sorry. We're seeing Brain Blast. They're just panicking slightly. We're seeing a couple unnecessary Rainmaker picks. That's a huge pick. Look at that Reflux go.
But they do have Cooler. Team 86 does have Cooler, so the assault is going to keep coming. and a Rainmaker is going to continue to spam these explosives while the Dualies is up in their face. They do go down, but the splashdown might take someone. No, it doesn't. Again, Team 86 sent back to the drawing board, but the Brawler is still here. They forgot. Oh my goodness, they take down 2.
Oh my god. I gotta say, we're seeing some immaculate plays with Booyah Bomb from this reflex. Stopping Rainmaker one time and getting them into checkpoint another, incredible.
Oh no, that's going to be a splat. The E-liter is now in a really bad spot. The E-liter's been caught out too. Their defense is gone. But the Rainmaker is still alive, trying to get it away from their side.
Running for it? Not quite. They're really just stalling for time at this point. 20 seconds left. They have an E-liter for dominance. But they do have that bubble and splashdown. No more splashdown, right? Their only anchor is now the Rainmaker. Huge pick from the E-liter on the Dualies. Roller's trying to push in. He's getting marked. I wonder, is he going to get time? No, he's not. He gets picked down by the Wave Breaker. This is huge. I think Brain Blast has this in the bag at this point.
Yeah, indeed. Brain Blast have played this incredibly well. Well done. Extremely good shooting from the... Very good shooting from the E-liter there. Well played. Honestly, that was just... I mean, they had us on the ropes, let's be honest. They had us on the ropes. We weren't sure who was going to win until Final 10. And that's how I like it.
Team 86 had that really good push going at the end, but just couldn't quite get it together.
A little bit of patience goes a long way, especially in Rainmaker.
Agree. Unfortunately, it was, I think Brain Blast, we had some good plays going, and then, you know, I think both teams, we had a bit of fumbles, right? We had that death to Booyah Bomb, unfortunately. And we also had Brain Blast picking up Rainmaker unnecessarily a couple times when they had, like, a huge lead. And it almost spelled doom for them, but thankfully, their special plays were great, and that E-liter, oh my god, did you see that dominance? They just did not let anyone pass.
Yeah, the entirety of mid is my sight line. Challenge it if you dare. It is just a case of, like, you know, it's literally open ground, like there is nowhere to hide. So unfortunately the Dualies are gonna have a bad time, especially with the previous hitbox changes we got. Either way, we are now going to zones Mahi Mahi. So I'm definitely interested to see. I think we're gonna see the Explorer stick. I wouldn't be surprised if they did stick, because, well, it's Explorer on Mahi Mahi, so it can literally just stay incredibly far back and still affect the zone.
I was a bit surprised to see such a massive comp change, though, on Team 86's side. I thought they were playing it out really well, so I was surprised to see that headed come out.
I think they just wanted a cooler. I think it's the best. I think my best guess is the fact they wanted to use a cooler for that map.
Yeah. I mean, I think Brain Blast was also really caught on to, like, what Team 86's roller was doing, because in the first game, he had a huge dominance. He was able to get behind them, he was getting a bunch of doubles, but the last game, he was really struggling to get anywhere. Because they had eyes on him at all times.
Yeah, I mean, it also could have something to do with the map itself, because again, there's no, like, there's only one way up onto Spinner on Rainmaker, you know.
Yeah. So, if we see this Expo come out, we're gonna see triple splashdown. Pretty good on this map, to be honest. Or you can see, like, zone flips. However, are those zone flips gonna be enough to keep the leader at bay? Right? Because very flat map. That bubble might help them keep that leader out, though.
I mean, once the water level changes, it's definitely going to be a little more difficult for the leader to get long range shots, at least, because, you know, the level geometry does change, you get more cover, and you get more places to go outside of just the main mid. So, it's up to how they decide to, what would we say? I think it's just adapt to how that leader is, I think they just need to call out where the leader is and attempt to at least respect, like, the sideline enough where they're able to affect it. Like, the crab actually I think was probably the best way they had of dealing with the E-liter in Tower. Yeah,
I mean, I think one of the biggest things about zones is having those strong entry specials, like Crab Tank, Triple Strikes, you know, Booyah Bomb, and frankly, Splashdown will struggle with that a bit. So, you know, if we're gonna run the same thing, 2 Splashdowns, especially on Mahi, which is just such a heavy lockout map, right? We're gonna really struggle to hold, not specifically to hold, the zone, but more to get into that zone, right? And they're gonna have to figure out a strategy to actually get into that zone and then have a strong defense, which I'm sure they could with 2 splashdowns.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, Splashdown's really good at flipping the zone, but if something is like, especially if there's another special on its way to like counter it, that's when it has a bit of a problem. Especially if it's like a Booyah or something, because Booyah will just, if it lands and then the Booyah just lands exactly in the middle of where your Splashdown hit, then you have a problem because there's a fair chance the zone just gets counter flipped again.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you know, it's really just gonna be Stronghold versus flipping zone. Who's gonna win here, right? Because they're gonna have constant flipping, but then I think the other team might have a stronger hold with that E-leader, right? And we're just gonna have to see which comes out on top.
It's gonna be up to who manages. I think it's just which of your specials are, well, which of your weapons are gonna be staying alive the most. I think is also gonna be a key, you know, like which one of your specials is gonna be the part that, you know, actually stays alive. Because if your crab,
and did I say
your crab or like your strikes, if your crab or strikes weapon is going down a lot, then there's a really big problem. You're gonna have a real big problem. But if it's something like Splashdown, you should be fine.
And did I say Stronghold? Like Stronghold Beginner Academy? Guys, don't forget to sign up for Season 10 when it comes out.
That is true. Sign-ups aren't open this time. That's a little early for that. They will be open once we finish the showcase, but that's in a couple of weeks' time. So hold off on that.
Or keep it in your books. Keep it in your books. Come sign up. We are always looking for new players.
Also, yeah, Explore hasn't switched, but we do have a displacement special on the 52 this time. Wait, there's a brush player. Hold on.
Oh god. Wait, what?
I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I'm a brush main. I'll take it. But wait, hold on. What's going on here?
Oh, ran out of ink. That's unfortunate.
You know what? Let's just pretend that never happened.
It's fine.
Either way,
it's just unfortunate play. He's gonna come out of it.
Oh
that
no!
Julius gets a great shot off on that E-leader. Oh my god. Oh, Splashdown comes out a bit early. And we're gonna see 2 Splashdowns and a killer whale. So they're gonna have like a pretty strong hold, but getting back in is gonna be pretty different.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough for Brain Blast here because Brush is like Brush can get in pretty easily. They can just slip by you. The problem is then trying to make anything happen with the position you've gained. But then again, they have just created a load of space. Brain Blast has just created a load of space for their teammates. But unfortunately, the bucket goes in alone, does get picked off, and then they lose their reflux as well. The whale is going to slow things down a bit, but it's not going to do much when you're in a 2-down situation.
And unfortunately, the brush goes down again to that Julius. And look how many Splashdowns they have. They have another one. Oh my god.
Especially on this map, where when you're not in control of zone, you get increased special charge. So it can be a little bit scary.
I agree. I mean, we're gonna have a spot where it might be like kind of hard for them to get back in because they have the Splashdown, which is good capping. But you know, oh, never mind. They're gonna get a pick. That's huge.
Yep. The Splashdown will maintain the zone in Team 86's favor. However, a Booyah Bomb does come out, but it does not get them. It does not get Brain Blast anywhere. 3v3 here. Never mind. It's a 3v2. The brushness went down again. The Roller is in mid, attempting to maybe see if they can catch somebody out, but never mind. They've been spotted by the torpedo thing. I'm talking too much.
And oh my god, look at that huge flip. What even happened? That cooler's coming out. It's gonna be really hard now. Because if Brain Blast gets a trade on anyone with a cooler, they're just gonna come back super fast. Oh, he almost fell off the map. That's a huge pick. Another flip though from the Splashdown.
Yeah, this is going to be a trend, I think, this match. These Splashdowns are going to be a thorn in Brain Blast's side. Unless they can start dealing with these Splashdown weapons before they get their charge off, it's going to be a bad situation for them.
Yeah, everyone's down except for the E-leader. Right now, Brain Blast really just needs to focus on getting these players out of mid and then holding them back and holding their Splashdowns back. Trying to focus on this zone isn't going to be great for them because the enemy team has an instant option to play.
Indeed. But again, they just keep losing their players. Like, they are just kind of like filing in and it's not working for them. Because every single time they attempt to try and start a fight, they get caught in a crossfire. And it's just not working for them. and they do end up losing the third round of that. Unfortunately, it happens. It is sorry. Sorry guys. Sorry lads. The heat is getting to me. It is mahi mahi. It's mahi mahi. It happens a lot. Lockout is just something you have to come to expect.
Yeah. I think good try though from Brain Blast. You know, they were doing pretty good, but I think admittedly, no one likes getting splashed down every 10 seconds.
I can't disagree with that. No, every time you try and engage, it's suddenly splash down, splash down, splash down. At that point, you start hearing the sound effect in your nightmares.
No, I do.
You're not the only one.
Don't worry, I hear it every day. I play Custom Blaster, so I have become very familiar with that sound.
I mean, when you press it, you get a dopamine spike. As the brush player on the receiving end of it, I am dreading not even being able to trade out the person using it. I mean, again, I love that special though. It's so cool. It's a really, like, it's a lot better than its previous iterations, I'm gonna be honest.
I do agree. I do kind of wish that splashdown jump wasn't that nerfed though, because unfortunately it's really just not an option because the hitbox is just so tiny.
The tragic afterthought.
Well, you know, hey guys, we're gonna go into our next set pretty soon, but thanks for coming out everyone on stream. I'm seeing a lot of people talking in chat, being here. I see Ari Kitty saying weak hold, Stronghold's arch enemy. That is true. It's our evil opposite side.
Evil Stronghold be like, we will take away players from the competitive scene. Nah. But next, I'm not actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you attempt. I'm gonna let you try and pronounce Yellow Team's name this time. Have at it, mate. Have at it.
We currently have the Court of Yonalagawi and Coral Coven. However, that's not the correct roster. That's the roster from the last teams, so I hope we see that update soon to see who those players are. And what could the Court of Yonalagawi possibly be a reference to?
I have no idea. You think I don't know. Again, how? This is what happens when you give teams the ability to name themselves whatever they want. You get this, and it. I swear, half the time you see them. Hold on. Okay, okay. Oh, I've been given a note. Hold on, I've gotten a note. So let me just hold on. Let me just. Okay, here we go. Let me read this. It is called "Yeah, Our Name Is Long and We Are Getting Away with
It." Well,
I'm just gonna. You know what? Fair enough. We can't stop you. We didn't put any regulations on this outside of not saying anything obscene, so we can't really do anything about it.
Have we considered these are spies from Weakhold?
Bruh.
Trying to make the casters lose their mind.
If there's a spy out here, somebody get a pyro. Somebody switch to pyro, make it easy on everybody else.
Fortunately, we're not playing that game right now, but you know, why don't we just make a Stronghold for TF2, guys? Thoughts?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, I can't see roster quite yet. Again, this is from Brain Blast and Team 86.
Yep. So we...
Oh, sorry, 1 second. I will get the roster fixed.
No issue. Okay.
Okay, well, yeah, so we're going to be in round 2 of 4 for Swiss, and then we're going to be moving into our top cut. And guys, if you hate us, well, that's unfortunate for you, because we're going to be here the entire time. Because frankly, we just love our jobs. So, you're going to have us for Swiss, and then you're going to have us for brackets.
Yep. It's... yeah. Wait, let's have a look. What else we got?
Going up.
No, I'm just checking. No, I'm checking some of the notes we have on the teams, and like, apart from the name, we don't exactly have anything of like insane, like anything of like, you know, something to shout out. Like both teams have been progressing very well as far as I've seen through the program. So I'm certainly interested to see how they fare against each other, because looking at they should be. Hold on, let's check that before I say it. It should be relatively even. It should be. This might. I'm looking forward to another, like, you know, maybe I'm looking for a. I'm hoping not a 3-0, because like, I'm gonna be real. It's a lot better when the games are a lot more even, when it's a back and forth, because it makes things a little more entertaining. You know.
I do agree. Otherwise, it's never fun to do. Well, sometimes the spectacle of it is fun to see, like instant KOs, free lockouts. But actual gameplay, I much prefer just seeing everything be played out, and like every match is played and it's really close. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see how players pull off lockouts and pull off the like what you need to do to actually keep people away from the zone for the entire timer. However, it, like, depending on like how many times it's happening in a tournament, it can. I'm not trying to disrespect tournaments. Do not get me wrong. Having dominant runs is an impressive feat. However, considering the spectator side of it, at one point it can get a bit bland just to see lockout after lockout after lockout.
True, yes. Thankfully, it doesn't look like that's really been the case so far. Yes, we did have a bit of a weird thing going with Mahi. However, I think that's more just Mahi, and we were kind of filing in one by one, but there was still like a lot of like turnover, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So,
I mean,
see other info. Let me check. Yeah, they look like they're about the same. So, I think we're gonna see a couple close games here.
Yeah, always look forward to that. So, looks like we might be, correct me if I'm wrong here, but we're going to Zone Umami for this one. Certainly interested to see that. Zone Umami is being a split map is always interesting, because typically on first rollout, one team will try and, or one team is almost guaranteed to take their side zone. However, sometimes we see, well, I'm not sure what I'm going to be seeing for this one, but if a team has a faster comp, they have a tendency to make a mad dash to the enemy's zone over their own, which is always fun to see, because then it results in a very early clash and a bit of a gambit. So results vary on how that goes for those teams, but it's always fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, there's really going to be two strategies we can take here. You can either try and hold one of those zones constantly to make sure that you never get a penalty, or you can try and do a risky play and go for both of the zones to, of course, get those points going. And, we're going to see which option the team picks. Maybe they're going to pick both of them at times, or one or the other. This is always a really fun map to see, because it's kind of hard to be locked out because of the nature of the two zones, and it's really hard to just get some sort of cheese going with splash down or like slider. So, I think we're gonna see a pretty good match right now.
Yeah, specials like strikes are especially good here, because it means you can throw one strike on each zone, which is definitely a bit of a splitting of resources. But if you get it done right, then you can like split both zones at the same time.
I agree, yeah. And I do wonder, how are we going to deal with anchors on this map? Like, let's say both teams have an anchor, right? This anchor is really gonna struggle to sit on their side of the map, because there's just like so much cover for the enemy team, and their anchors are just really gonna have to think of some creative positions if they want to get value.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it depends, because if you're trying to push into mid, the anchor or backline is usually sat on top of mid, which means if you're shooting at the backliner, you're not shooting at somebody in zone. While it's in the middle of the zone, your straight shots can indirectly paint it. It's like most of the time it's like a bit of wasted shooting if you're pressed for time when it comes to flipping the zone.
But yeah, actually, honestly, these zones are like really small too. So we're gonna really see like a lot, and I mean a lot by a lot of flipping. And they might not get penalty specifically, but they're going to stop the countdown.
Hello. Now that is certainly interesting on the side of Coral Coven. We have an Octobrush and a Carmen Rowan. Two very stealth swimmy weapons. And it's certainly going to have them struggle in terms of the range department without their backlines alive. So I definitely want to see how this goes. The 52 on the side of Court, I'm not going to try and say that mid-match. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm not going to try and say that name mid-match.
We're seeing a bit of lag. Oh my god, what?
What?
What? Oh.
You know what? Nintendo Online is 20 quid a year, lads. Nintendo Online
he's still there.
Quid a year.
Okay.
Well, that's...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just two. You know
Jesus
what?
Christ. Okay.
Nogami strikes again. Nogami strikes again. That's a restart. Nah,
you know, there is a 52 gal. Oh, yeah, though there's a 52 gal on the enemy team. You know, Nogami really just wanted his favorite to win today.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, I think the colors were.
Oh, the colors were flipped. Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because like one of the teams had like a Y team tag, which kind of makes sense for the court of Yonolawaga. Yonolawagawi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyways, like, I guess let's just talk about the comps. You know, this is really interesting. They have Carbon and Octobrush.
Yep.
So,
I've seen it
a lot
before.
of sharking weapons. Oh,
yeah.
Look, guys. We have stuff.
Yeah, there we go. We've actually, a full brush player on mana, which explains the Octobrush.
Yeah. Although, who's the bow? I swear, I saw...
I did see a bow too. You're not going crazy.
Who is the... Maybe bread consumer.
Bread consumer. That good name.
Yeah, you know, and I don't think Boshi was playing. I'm pretty sure we saw a headed, an incline stringer, and the Carbon Deco plus the Octobrush. So, you know, I mean, cooler coming out here, right? I guess they're really just trying to support their two sharking weapons, but the question is, are the sharking weapons going to cancel each other out? Because they're not going to paint much by themselves. Or, you know, are the headed and bow able to paint enough? Right.
I mean, the win condition for that comp really is like it at the start, especially if in neutral, you need to be blindingly aggressive to get any value out of it. While meanwhile over here on Coral Coven, they have a lot of like weapons that can deal with sharking. You've got blasters, you've got buckets, and you've got shooters that can just cause a load of problems in terms of paint. Like,
I think these are actually our first. This is our first one tricks we've seen so far today. Styx and Johnny Blatch.
Indeed. I mean, one tricking is never a bad thing though, however, because if you're one tricking, it means you're practicing with one weapon almost constantly.
Oh my god, yeah.
I feel one tricks over anything else.
Yeah, anyway. And with 5 rosters, or like 5-player rosters, you know, I didn't see that custom blaster in this game, but you know, blaster's pretty good on tower control, so maybe we're gonna see it come out on Mako.
Alright, we are going to restart this match. Zones your mummy once again. Let's see how things go this time.
Okay, Nogami, don't, please. Please no more
Nogami, please do not forsake us. Please bless this tournament. It's too hot to be dealing with this. Anyways, back to it. So, double shooter is definitely going to cause problems for these sharking weapons, but let's see how they work around it. 52 immediately takes top mid, and actually does flip the enemy zone. But it doesn't stay on their possession for long. Fortunately though, they have just been outpainted. Tragically, wait, no, never mind. The teams have traded players.
Oh, we have Coral Coven?
Out. Oh no, it's a 1v1.
Okay, we have Coral Coven versus Coral Coven at the moment. Particular match? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. We're back.
Yeah. So yeah, Court is definitely going to be struggling to maintain zones for long periods of time. They are simply outpainted in terms of paint stats. Oh my goodness, the chumps are going to weaken the enemy backline, allowing the Carbon to just come in and finish things off. The shooter I do believe that's a T-Tech? That's a T-Tech. Yeah, the T-Tech comes in, unfortunately does get picked and gets sent back to the respawn fairly quickly.
I mean, yeah, like, it's like, see, this leader really doesn't have much of a sideline, so they're gonna be struggling to get any picks, whereas this bow is just gonna get value from paint. And
indeed.
You know, I think so far for Court, it's been working out well to have this carbon brush. They've had that aggression to get picks, and they haven't really struggled too much with that paint because, you know, when everyone on the enemy team is dead, who's really painting for them?
A heavy investment just to get a single pick from that strike. And the zone stays in their favor. Oh my goodness. Coven gets Zuka. Oh my goodness. Wow. There goes the Lita. What range advantage? I have Zuka. Be gone.
And, you know, this Carbon is really just a thorn in their side. He is just sitting on right side, and they're struggling to actually get him. It's a huge pick on the strikes. It's another pick on this Tri-Slosher. Oh my god.
And it's 3 down for Coral Coven. Sent packing immediately. This Carbon is incredibly, and it's an impressive thing because, and now they have a heading at it up on their mound. Oh no, that is not good for Coral Coven at this point. But they do need support.
I love the position they're taking at the moment. Oh my god, I love these positions right now.
Incredibly strikes though, forced to strike their own base to get people out of it.
Oh my god. And you know, I think we're seeing like some really good lockouts from Court, considering the paint disadvantage they're at the moment. However, this might not hold because if they get a pick on this bow or this heavy, the rest of the team is really going to struggle to maintain control of zone. However, we might not see that. Tri-Slosher's going down, but Carbon does go down with that trade. Octobrush Zipcaster might come out, the bow goes down. This is really bad for them. They don't have much paint out.
Yeah, but the Octobrush does have a massive AoE to swing around though.
They do get that flip though, which is huge. However, Coral Coven really just struggling to hold on right now. You know, I think they need to play around their paint a lot more. Because their fighting weapons aren't as strong. Like, unless you have like 52 Galapagos.
I mean, Court right now is making really good use of the fact that they are just being blindingly aggressive with the Carbon and the Ultra Brush. It's working in their favor. Oh, the 52 does scramble and it does come out on top of that fight. Are they going to be able to get the bow too? They do get the bow and they have a full jump cam. That's just unfortunate. And a big zone flip for Coral Coven, and it's now their turn to hold the zone. I say that as the
does go down though, that's an issue.
Yeah, I say that immediately. A commentator's curse once again occurred. But the Elita is in a prime position to pick anybody who attempts to challenge the sightline. Never mind! The Zipcaster knows no fear. Oh, the AoE! The AoE combination saves him! Oh my goodness, we love Zipcaster AoE buffs. There's never enough of them. Change my mind.
Not over yet though. Oh my god, that Headed's getting a huge pick though, and they still have Cooler. That brush goes down. They do have Cooler, I think, so they come back fast. And, you know, it's really going to be up to this leader to, like, get a pick on one of the anchors. Otherwise, they're going to be struggling. But the Carbon gets 2. This might be it for them.
The Carbon has willingly not picked up Cooler to stay stealthy. That's really, that's a really intelligent play. Because it's working out for them. They've got 3! Absolutely insane. Are they going to get 4? Come on, I want to see it. Oh, oh, and assist. No, we'll take the assist. We'll take the assist. Well played.
Assisted quad. Okay.
Really good lockout there, honestly. Really good.
Well, yeah, but I think this next one, I'm pretty sure this leader is going to come in clutch. You know, I think before he was struggling to get that position with the Carbon and Brush harassing him constantly, and then he just had no cover. Wow. Look at the synergy on that winning pose.
We take those.
Yeah, I mean, that leader's really just, they don't have much sightlines on that map in the positions they were taking. So I think this one, you know, I'm optimistic for them. I think they're going to be able to perform well on this next one.
I mean, I certainly am, because I definitely think it was definitely how they approached the situation. Because had they tried and go in, had Coral Covenant tried to approach this a little slower, they definitely would have been able to actually like see the Carbon and Brush coming. Because if you, it's when it comes to, at least for personal experience, whenever a Carbon is on the enemy team, it is literally play the game of where is the Carbon and is the Carbon dead? If the Carbon's dead, cool, push forward. If the Carbon's not dead, approach every single corner as if a Carbon were behind it. Because you never know where it's gonna be.
Oh. Okay, we had a stray balloon, but it looks like one of our staff members have popped it.
Somebody summoned a dart monkey.
Unfortunately.
Alright.
You know,
moving straight onto tower control and make them up. And both teams locked in their weapons very quickly, so I'm not sure if we're going to see a comp change. We do not see one on the side of Coral Coven. What about Court? No, no comp changes. They're just going right into it. That's what I like to see.
I'm really surprised. I thought they were going to have a custom blaster in this match.
I definitely think Coral Coven is going to have an easier time here, though, because they have specials that affect tower a lot easier. Excellent shot from the E-looter will send the heavy edit going. There goes the carbon as well. Unfortunate, but the Ultra will respond by getting 2. Unfortunately, they will get shut down very quickly though. Cooler is online for Coral Coven, and their first push is a go.
No, so you know, tower control is a really hard mode to play on when your comp doesn't have that much paint. Because, well, we're just gonna struggle to actually approach tower like this. Carbon, he's getting a bit impatient, you know, a bit aggressive. He goes down. And don't forget, those strikes and that E-leader is gonna be a pain during overtime.
Yep. As you say that, the strikes do get incredible value, keeping the tower going while also getting a pick. Another player does go down on Coral Coven. Oh my goodness, the Carbon is just holding forward and beating 2 people over the head! Is it gonna be 3? It's 3 in a trade! We'll take it. Excellent. Shutting down the push before it gets too bad. Now, it might be Court's turn if they can get things going.
You know? Yeah, I mean, like, we're gonna see. I don't think they've really gotten a super strong cooler out on the side of Court. However, if they do get... This is looking like a really good cooler so far. They've gotten a bunch of picks off. And this could be lead for them if they're able to control left flank.
Yep. The heavy edit just suppressing anybody who attempts to walk up onto their snipe. And just continuing to do so. The cooler itself is acting as a shield, muddying the shots. And they do actually take a small lead off of it. However, this is in a bad spot to retake the tower. They may need to wait for it to back up.
Yeah, I mean, look, this leader is really showing their dominance right now against this bow and edit. This bow is constantly getting picked off for taking these open positions, and they're really struggling to not only get set up, but to actually advance, because with that bow down, they really have no pain.
Oh, excellent shot from the E-move to take out the Ultra Press there too. Again, Court is just trying to keep a foothold, whereas Coral is just sending them back to the respawn, one by one. Unfortunately, the push is slowly died, but now Coral have a hold of mid and are now waiting to get for their chance. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Court is going to give Coral Coven a chance to do so, with a 2-down situation on it for them.
I mean, yeah, you know, like, but that strikes. That T-Tech died with cooler, so they're gonna come back fast with strikes. You know, very close so far, and we're just gonna have to see maybe if that strike spells doom. I think at this moment they're set up pretty well. They have a good chance to get lead. Oh, not lead, sorry, they have a chance to get further down for lead. Oh my god, everyone's dead.
Yep, that tendency of happening, unfortunately. They got whaled and strike at the same time, but it was a very heavy investment just to get them off tower.
Yeah.
Oh
but
my goodness,
they have a lot of like fast special output. This will be really good for them.
Yep. Controversial flanking right, flanking left, trying to see if they can get anything, but gets immediately warded off. The Zuka, very dangerously close to taking out the laser there. Oh my word. And now we see Coral
really
Coven
needs to
is
get
now
a pick.
pushing up into a very dangerous area for them. Their weapons are going to struggle to deal with the Carbon, but never mind, the Carbon and Ultra are down, and it looks like lead just might be coming to switching again. It does.
This is good for them. Is he gonna get a pick off on that boat? No, but he doesn't need to get that pick. He's dodging. Oh, but that brush does kill him. However, it is 20 to 37. They do have that lead, and they do have strikes. It's only a minute left. T-Tech gets a huge pick, and now I guess we're just gonna see if they can get there before the strikes come out.
We still have a minute on the clock. That's the thing. That's the part that we need to pay attention to. 1 minute on the clock. The tower can't go either way at this point. It's going back to mid. The lead is still easily achievable if things go in. Oh my goodness, no! That's a collateral. The E-leader just hit a double collat, sending both backlines respawned at the same time. Those specials are going to be heavily delayed. The only thing that Court has right now is a zip caster, and it needs to be a good one. The Carbon's come out. The Carbon has just shown itself and has gotten 2. They do not get 3. This T-Tech needs to be very careful. If this T-Tech doesn't stay alive, they might just lose their strikes. They do. And this is where things get really dangerous. Specials are online full court, and they are currently snowballing through the next section. It's our delayed wipe as well. T-Deck last alive. E-Leader also alive. Do they have enough? The E-Leader saves it with a good shot.
Oh my god! Oh, 2 players down. This is huge. This is huge.
2
they have
seconds.
17 points to go
It's a few
through.
seconds.
E-Leader gets another pick.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my
It's a
god.
brawl.
Are they gonna get it? Wow.
Coral Covenant equalizes the score. Oh my goodness, how do you even commentate that kind of situation without losing your mind, I swear?
Congrats to that E-Leader. Like, I thought, oh my god, wow. When he got a better map, they really just dominated. Did you see that? I think they saved the game right there. That was incredible play from their E-Leader.
Fantastic positioning. They knew they could affect the tower from that far back, so they elected not to, like, you know, attempt to pile on, which is the mistake. That would have been a mistake. Had they attempted to just pile onto the tower by getting as close as possible to get a shot, they would probably have gotten hit by stray bullets, and they would not have been able to stop that tower.
Yeah, that was really, really good. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's too hot. Like, I apologize for anybody who's in the US right now. I'm not sure what the weather's like over there, but over here in the EU, it is currently blazing. And getting, like, I want to get hyped, but I'm trying also not to pass out. That's the thing, like, it's either, like, it's just, oh my goodness, I love watching these tournaments. Like, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen at this level of play.
You know, but I think this leader, like, they are really just, again, they're going to have really bad positions for Humpback, because there's just so much cover, and that Carbon and Brush combo is super dominant on this map. And Rainmaker, they can just shark up, kill the Rainmaker, get a trade, stop the entire push.
No comp change again. Okay, I'm really interested to see how this goes, because this is a really good map for a lot of these weapons. That's the thing. It's a good bucket map. It's a good brush map, and it's a good backliner map. Oh no, that's unfortunate. You push a little too far, and you get crossfired for it.
Oh my god. Oh, this is, oh my god, yeah, like, so, what we're really gonna see from these comps is Court is gonna have great dominance in mid, however, Coral Coven is gonna be a lot stronger than Court is on past the checkpoints for both sides. This leader has a huge open sideline for them, and so it's really just gonna be all up to going, what's gonna happen, and, you know, if Coral is able to get that push past checkpoint, they probably have secured the win for this map. But if they aren't able to get past mid, they're really going to struggle here. And so far, you know, 4 minutes left, we've yet to see. Enemy team does get checkpoint, however, it's anyone's game at the moment.
Yeah, indeed it is. The thing is, like, both teams' biggest problems here are going to be the choke points. Covenant definitely is more equipped for it. However, Court, if they get an explosive play, can definitely get things through that check. Is going to be the biggest challenge. And with a Splatoon series classic of Splat Attack blaring in their ears, I think they're feeling the heat and definitely wanting to go through. The check is passed through. Now it. Oh my goodness! It might just be over there. I spoke it into existence. I spoke it into existence. I need to never speak about the game state if you're on the seat. If you're in the commentator seat, never speak about the game state. The hands of fate will grab you by the neck and say you're wrong. I was thinking this was going to be a drawn-out brawl because it's comeback pump track. Things don't always get drawn out because of the choke point, but never mind. Never mind. Court proved me wrong in an instant. I'll just shut up.
It's commentator curse. It's just commentator curse.
How do you even explain that phenomenon? Again, I say one sentence, and it keeps happening. Help! The universe wants me to be wrong.
I mean, you know, like, yeah, I think Coral Coven really just had the bad end of the stick, because, oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Like, you know, their leader just didn't really have great maps to play on. You know, Mako was pretty good for them, but then that Umami and Humpback was just not great. I think they played really well, considerably. Everyone on Coral Coven did really well, especially into, like, that disadvantageous comp, you know, on Humpback.
I mean, honestly, I think Coral Coven had the upper hand with their buck itch and double shooter on that map. I definitely think I definitely thought they were gonna have a lot easier time dealing with the flankers because again, how like polarizing that choke point is. But Court of I can't say it. I can't say that name. And Court definitely did a really good job playing aggressively. Like again, if you have double pick, especially in solo queue, if you're like PSA, if you're in solo queue using like brushes, like using Octo brush or like normal brush, and you come up with another pick weapon, it's like you need to be aggressive. You need to be blindingly aggressive to get things going, because your two teammates are going to be struggling to cover your backs when you're that far forward. So being aggressive enough to just suppress the enemy team, which is what they managed to do, which is what the brush and the carbon managed to do. They just managed to stay in the enemy's face without dying. That's what you need to be able to do, and they played it perfectly. They did it great. So
yeah,
for the moment, the other teams are concluding their sets. So for the moment, we're going to be right back with you. Everybody, do go grab some water, go take a breather, because it's hot out. And this is a good summer. This is a good set of summer stream. So yeah, we'll be right back. Okay.
welcome back. Round 3 of Swiss for the SBA Mid-Season Tournament, Season 8.
Alright, the teams this time are, for the next set, we have Deja Vu versus Splatify. So we got Deco on Deco Paradox, okay, yeah, symbols. Paradox and Goldenlocks for Deja Vu, and for Splatify we have Patagonia, Leapsea, Jellyfish Hugo, and Miles Away. Good names also, some very interesting names.
Honestly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, currently we have no info on the weapon pool. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I think surprise. You know, I love to be surprised.
Yeah, let's look at, so we've got Splatify.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull some info.
Yeah,
so,
well, we actually have Deja Vu's map list, or map weapon pool right now. Oh, Morella and Inkvac. Okay, and we actually might not see an anchor for them, so this is gonna be... They have a heavy and a bow, but the heavy and the bow have different picks too, so, you know... Anchorless? Always fun.
I mean, anchorless is always fun, but I'm more interested... I'm looking at the Dowser duels. Honestly, I'm looking at Dowser duels. It's definitely an interesting pick. I mean, when I was a team manager for... It was Nocturnal. I had a Dowsers player on my team. Well, they were mainly a duelist player in general. However, they did pick up Dowsers every so often, and they were quite they did quite well with them. So, yeah, Nogami, we are begging you, please just give Dowsers one less shot to kill. We are begging you.
That's a funny joke. You would never do that.
Yeah, it's literally just like, nah, here, I'm going to give 52 yet another buff.
Yeah, I mean, like, I also see the Brella with Ink Strikes, so honestly, pretty cool weapons they have so far.
Yes, indeed.
And like, maybe cooler, but no guarantee. Seeing a heavy come out would be interesting. And then Splatify. Okay, there's a lot of carbons, oh my god.
Yeah, that's a lot.
We're having some small issues, but I think we're gonna be moving to BAP soon. But you know, like a lot of carbons we've seen today, and this is our first pencil of the day. Look at that. And
yes,
Dowsers.
The rare pencil.
And Dowsers.
Yeah, the rarer the pencil, the better. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Again, I mean no ill will against pencil players. Like, there's a perfectly good reason for it to be picked. I can't blame anybody for doing so. However, I'm really interested because we've got... Okay, you know what would be really funny? If we saw double, like, Forge Pro. I mean,
Forge Pros, a Carbon and Dowser duelist. I'm calling it right now.
I mean, there's a potential that we see another double backline comp here from Leafy and Miles Away picking Pen and Hydra, but then again, that is highly unlikely because that's a bit of an awkward one because you've got two weapons with relatively the same range trying to stand at the same spot. That kind of thing is just begging for an explosive to be thrown at them. Like, really, if you're gonna stand that still, it's just, you know. And I think the biggest thing that people need to remember, especially when it comes to competitive Splatoon, don't bunch up. Because if you bunch up, somebody's gonna pop a special, and it's gonna end really poorly for you in like less than 3 seconds.
I mean, like, it looks like they're going for kind of a bit of a meta play with the cooler. You know, we have multiple cooler options on multiple different team members. If I see a Peta here, this is going to be really funny. But you know what would be funnier? A Dowser Dualies matching another Dowser Dualies on the enemy team.
That is literally just going to be the SpongeBob Snowball fight. Neither of them are going to, like, if it's a pure 1v1, it's literally going to come down to who gets within rolling range first. Because if they're both just in standing fire, without rolling first, they are going to need to burst bomb combo each other to death. Like, their burst bombs are going to be doing more damage than their shots, which is funny. It's going to be so funny. But actually, looking at this map list, the Dowsers might have a good amount of time to shine. We've got Clams, first up we've got Zones on Barnacle and Dime, and then we've got Clams on Museum. Two very flat maps, some very wide open spaces. I'm definitely interested to see how both teams, having I think we can agree, relatively long-range comps for just about every player, correct?
I'd say so, yeah, and they have pretty similar anchors with like pretty similar range and rules, so I think it's gonna be pretty evenly matched, and it's really just gonna come down to the mechanical skill of every player on both teams.
I mean, I think I had a small fun fact. Fun fact: Splatify's average power when they applied, the average power was 26,000 XP. So I'm definitely interested to see how they've improved.
26,000?
No, not 26,000. I can't read. Pardon me. It was 1,600.
Okay.
I can't. Pardon me. I am occasionally illiterate for some reason. My brain just it's too hot for my brain to be functioning at this point. My eyes are doing the work. Again, I apologize. I didn't mean to do it, but again, I'm of the especially when it comes to lower level competitive, I'm of the opinion that XP doesn't matter, especially when you're applying to the SBA.
Yeah.
Your XP is not a factor. We do not prioritize high XP. We do not prioritize low XP. We pick players that we think will match up well together, and that's the point. We're not expecting.
Yeah,
we're not expecting success. We're not expecting prodigies out of you. We're just here to help you understand and learn the basics of competitive. Nothing else.
And to further reinforce that point, I think, was it the, Court of Yanaloa, something. They had, A rank and S rank players, and Coral Coven had, players that were about 1,800 to 1,900 X power. So, and the Court won, so it's not that relevant,
Yeah,
anyone could win with turnover. Exactly.
Yeah, and double rollers
and Dowsers! Dowsers! Oh my god,
yeah, yeah, we like some very interesting comms looking at these. We have
good.
Yeah, we have double Dynamo here. Dynamo actually on this map is actually a really good pick for both of these teams. Big AoE, making them very good to follow up. And especially for the Dowsers. If Dynamo is doing most of the work, excellent! The Dowsers is maintaining sustained fire. Oh my goodness. This is just
oh my god.
This is just gonna be, I think this is just gonna be a long-range, dual skirmish. I think this is gonna be, I mean, depending on how things go, Dooley's has flanked, but has been pincered immediately. The quick recognition from both mobile players to actually just work up on that. That was impressive.
I really like the synergy that Deja Vu is having with his Carbon and the heavy paint comp, They can stay back if they need with their long range. However, if they want that aggression and they want to get a player in, they have that Carbon to do a lot of work for them. Slider comes out. He almost gets a pick on his Bowsers. He just barely lives, though. So we're in a bit of a play right now. Spotify with control. 52 gal does go down. And a lot of specials are coming out on the side of Deja Vu. We might see a retake. Two players go down on Spotify, and Deja Vu is able to capture pretty well. Let's see if they can hold.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the problem is they've all just invested their... Oh no, the Azuka goes down for for Deja Vu, but again, Deja Vu still has the lead. The thing is, they are very slow to paint, but they can very easily wall out Splatify. Splatify's weapons need to get close to have any effect here. Need to be dangerous. That's dangerous! Oh my goodness, the Carbon manages to actually recover that. It was a bit awkward because of the ledge, but they managed to work with it. Now they go for the Dynamo. No, they heard that swing. They weren't going to go any further than that. They are not risking that one-shot hitbox.
Carbon really just controlling this right side, and Spotify is letting them at the moment. They're not trying to contest too much. Going in by one. That bow gets a really nice pick. However, I think it might be a bit too late at this point. Unless a special can come out on zone, this might be it for them.
Yes, indeed. That's unfortunate. Deja Vu again. I think again. They just proved me. Deja Vu definitely proved me right. They did a really good job of just half the time they didn't even need to kill Splatify to get value. All they needed to do was just keep them at bay. The Dowsers in combination with the Dynamo makes it incredibly dangerous to even approach them, because if you take one hit from the Dowsers, you're already in potential one-shot range. Your one-shot range goes way high. It's a really dangerous combo actually.
I think this Carbon, they really had a great job of holding down one side of the map. They had a great job of holding that right street. So, I think Spotify was trying to... I believe it was Spotify, right? Yeah, they were trying to just send in players one by one, but that wasn't quite working for them. So, they're going to have to smarten up and play a bit differently around this carbon if they want to find success in this next map.
Mm-hmm. I think one thing they can probably do to achieve a bit more success is to try and like get a better tempo going. If they can force Deja Vu to dance to their beat instead of, you know, letting them take the time to inch their way forward like they did in a couple of times in that zone. Like if you just roll them over, or if you rush the like, of course rushing a dynamo is a really risky maneuver, but if you pull it off, the thing is the Dowser's not going to be able to do much. That's the thing. The Dowser is gonna really struggle to defend themselves even with the roll, because, well, really weak DPS. So if, like, let's say the Dapples gets in, the Dowsers is going to be in really big trouble if the Dynamo goes down without getting that swing off. So I think that's the key thing. Taking care of the enabler, like, taking care of the weapon that enables the other weapons on the team is definitely the strategy they want to aim for. Because, like, yeah, I think that's the best way to say it. Honestly, I don't think I need to add much to that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, I think with Cooler on both sides, you get to play really fast, and we're gonna see some really cool trades going on. But they have to play around that Cooler and the benefits it gives you, right? And I think in Clan Blitz, we're gonna see that, because Clan Blitz and Zone, pretty similar actually. You know, there's gonna be a lot of skirmishes, a lot of players just trying to get some good trades, or, you know, flank, and get that power clam in. And, you know, I think that's where Cooler is really gonna shine in the spotlight for them, because, well, you know, if they have Cooler and they die, no big issue, right? They come back fast, and we're able to see a lot of fast plays coming out.
Indeed. Clan Blitz on Museum.
Museum, yes.
It's not the hardest clans map. Oh, hello. Was that? Yeah, no, that was the yeah, that was Embers. Yeah, Jetbo. Yeah, in Jetbo. That's interesting. I want to see this. I'm definitely interested now. I'm leaning forward.
Whoa. Oh, I got Pencil.
Pencil.
Pencil spotted.
I'm just kidding, nah. Oh, 52 is just bodyguarding the Pencil too. Oh no, they are not having any of that.
It looks like adapting really well to that carbon. You know, now we're guarding our anchor. This is great for them. And they have a really good comp going. Again, like, this double rolling though, props to them. This is a really cool comp to see. Especially with that inkjet. You know, however, I don't think they were expecting to see this Pencil, which could shut down the inkjet pretty easily.
I mean, yeah, I do concur. The inkjet is definitely going to struggle here, depending on what weapons are alive. But then again, you just see as the Pencil just gets... The Pencil forgets what's under their feet, and the explosives are going to take them out. And now, we have to see how they adapt without their backline for a second, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you know, biggest strength by far on Deja Vu's side is their specials. They have Zuka, Inkjet, Cooler, and Strikes. Whereas on Spotify, you know, oh, never mind. Look at that, everyone's dead. On Spotify's side, they have a Killer Whale. However, that 52 gal is a pretty strong weapon.
That 52 gal in of itself justifies the pick. Oh, Strikes do come out, forcing Spotify forward, actually. Oh my goodness. But then again, that's not much value comes out of it. They are struggling to actually get a hold, and it looks like they may just go down.
Good. It's very
no,
even,
they managed
though,
to actually scramble to stay alive. Good scramble,
a lot of back and forth right now. No one's holding a push too well. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Both teams are, again, kind of just skirmishing to see who can get a good foothold first. But given how very eager both teams are to spend their specials, it's really hard to tell. The thing is, with Splatify, you see how mobile they are. Look how quickly they're able to move that weapon comp. Oh my goodness.
They're advancing fast, however,
is just waiting there. Oh no, never mind, the Forge overextends and gets punished for it.
Oh my god.
This is a really dangerous situation. The thing is, neither team has a bull. I stand corrected, they do have one now. Deja Vu now actually in a position to score if they do things right. They have two balls ready. Oh, meaty smack from the Dynamo. Are they going to get a second swing off? Oh no, the Dynamo misses!
Wait, does he get it?
No, he doesn't have enough. They don't have enough ink. They don't have enough ink for a sprinkler to do the maneuver. But they are still on the basket. One ball goes in. Two balls go. No, the second ball misses.
They missed the other one. No.
Hold on, Dowsers is on the point. Dowsers is up there. They might be able to do something about it. Oh, they didn't get it in, and it breaks too.
The inkjet's coming out though. trying to hold on to something here. Yeah,
Oh, excellent
my,
shooting.
2 huge picks. This is great. They might be able to hold for another ball.
Holding in front of enemy basket, though, is a risky position, considering how close the enemy spawn is to this basket. It's very dangerous. Good shooting from the bow there. Excellent use of the fall-off and the bomblets. The Carbon goes in, does get a pick. Really good aggression. Fantastic play. The Carbon is just doing work back there, tearing them apart one by one, and another ball is going to go in the basket. Oh, no you, good sir. Have a Zuka to the face for that. Another ball coming in. Does it make it in? It does. Really big lead being built up. Oh no, the pity ball's been picked up. It's now on the field, and the Carbon is going to... Oh, really strong play.
No, they've really regained control of flat here, so this Pencil's really going to have to play to the range. They do get a cooler out, and we're just going to see if they can force them out a bit. That's their biggest issue at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, the Carbon is just causing so many problems for them. Despite the fact that, again, they can outmaneuver a majority of their team, they are currently struggling with the Carbon, because the Carbon is just getting so... Like, they're finding opportunities that you wouldn't expect them to find, kind of thing. They're just making use of what terrain they have available to them, and the duelies almost run straight into their loving arms. It's still incredibly dangerous, but there goes the Carbon.
Oh my god!
Yeah, the Carbon stayed alive incredibly long there. Strikes do come out, forcing Splatoon to move, and it's not good for them because they do lose 2 players off of that forced movement. 3 down, actually.
3
I
players.
stand corrected.
That Dapples is alone, though. Is he going to be able to get anything going? He's still alive! Oh my god! Really just going for it.
Yeah, Dapples is doing as it typically does, being a massive pain on any team's side. Oh my goodness, they're still alive!
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is great. This is great for them.
Oh
my god, what?
How are they alive? How did you live? It's just
okay,
you know
well,
what? Okay, after that, I think they deserve that one. Honestly,
yeah,
that was.
I don't even know what just happened. Or it's a huge pick. I don't know if he's gonna get ball in though. Really
Yeah, no, they only have 1 ball, but it's not enough. It's just gonna go to overtime.
And
impressive play though. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Did you see that, Daffles? They were schmoving.
I'm sorry. That was a point-blank dynamo swing. How? How did they live that? They were on 1 HP.
Like, what? I swear, the dynamo just fully hit them. And they just didn't die. That was incredible.
I have no words. How did that happen? How?
I don't know.
How are you not dead? I have no idea! Gets whacked by the Carbon immediately.
So, unfortunately, because 2 games have been won by the same team, by Deja Vu, Splatoon unfortunately doesn't have a chance to win the set anymore. However, they still have a chance to improve their record if they're able to win this one.
Points up for grabs is always the case. So long as you get at least 1 point out of it, you should see a positive.
And you know, getting into this, I think that pen pick was, you know, it was a good idea, but that jet, I think that in-jet bow really had some good aggression going, and they were able to shut down that pencil before they were able to punish them.
Yeah.
So this map might be a bit different because it's very open. It's really easy to cause a lot of panic and, you know, get a really easy knockout or really large lead. And that's where Pencil's going to excel because they're able to anchor the comp, keep the enemy team back, and best of all, they have hit scan with massive range and sightlines on this map. So this bow isn't able to play around cover as much.
Yeah, the biggest challenge I think if Splatoon wants to take at least 1 point from Deja Vu here is they need to be careful of the Dynamo. Like, the Dynamo can affect, like, especially on the Great Bridge, when you're getting up to the Great Bridge and you want to push across the Great Bridge, the Dynamo can just sit behind the pillow on their side of that bridge, and it just, like, what do? You either just throw bombs at it constantly just to get it to back off, or it's just going to stay there slinging ink and just denying the entirety, like, the almost, what, 2/3 of the bridge, just with the AoE alone. That's, like, it's going to be difficult to push up. Like, again, I'm not sure how Splatoon wants to approach this. I'm definitely interested to see if they change more comps here. I don't expect them to drop that Forge that they switched to, however. Because the Forward Pro with Booyah Bomb is definitely going to come in handy for, you know, not only dealing with tower, but just launching enemy defenders.
Yeah, and, you know, I hope to see that Dowsers again. Because, you know, Ink Strike, it's great on tower, great for overtime, and it's great to keep a push going if you want players off tower. So I think we're going to see pretty static comps, unless maybe we see like a heavy Splatling and an E-Leader come out on the side of the team playing Inkjet Bow last time. But honestly, they could stick with what they have and still do really well.
It's, yeah. I mean, also, in my opinion, Dowsers is a bit of an, it's an underrated substitute tower rider. If, like, you know, if the backline is available to, you know, sit on the tower. It's, you know, very, I mean, the range and burst bombs make it really good just by default to sit on tower and just spam stuff at people. What makes it really good is, like, the roll allows it to just be like, oh, something's coming, I can just spread roll off tower and roll even further to get away. Whereas most other weapons can just, like, afford to kind of just drop off tower a bit slowly, whereas it can immediately just be like, oh, nope, jump, roll, gone, and it's already back on the ground, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, people forget that, again, like, if you initiate dodge roll in the air, you immediately go straight down. Like, it's an unrated mechanic, and if you need to touch the ground that fast, especially on some of the, like, you know, the less laggy dualies, that can save your life. Because your falling path is, like, once you're falling... Sorry, I cut you off there, my bad.
Oh yeah, I mean, talking about that specifically, have you seen Zipcaster Tetris? Oh, I don't think they're gonna play it, unfortunately, but that technique is actually, like, it works really well with Zipcaster, because you just fall to the ground immediately, and it's super surprising.
Yeah, it's impressive. Unfortunately, like, Zipcaster's Tetris was, you know, stuck with Sprinkler for some reason, you know, because Nogami hates that weapon, I guess. I don't know.
Nogami, he had a vision that we just can't see.
We will never understand. Either way, we're not seeing a change actually from Deja Vu for this. However, wait, hold on. We have two heavyweight weapons. We have Hydra and Dynamo here, two very heavy weapons, meaning that the comp is going to be really slow, like incredibly slow. Also, I know somebody who's going to be happy to see a Dynamo or see Hydra upon me, but like, I'm interested to see how this goes to Splattervibe. It's a curious pick, considering the context, but I'll let them cook.
I think on Spotify's side, they're really just looking for some sort of weapon that can hold down an area when they get a big lead, and I think that's what they're looking for in Hydra. That Hydra is able to hold down a really large area with a long charge, but it's really just going to depend if they can actually get that lead, to have that Hydra hold down an area.
Oh, Carbon with the hard read on when the Dapples is going to go. Oh no, you didn't look! You didn't check! Oh my goodness! This is why you check fully. That's just unfortunate, man.
What is this? And he gets a
oh my god. Excellent patience. Again, proof that if just because somebody shoots in your direction does not mean they know you're there. Like, that's a good lesson to learn. Especially if you're on a sharking weapon. Yep.
Let's see if they're able to reclaim this though. Killer Whale's coming out.
Yep.
They actually go down a player on the side of Deja Vu. Going on 3 players though on the side of Splatify. And Hydra just struggling to hold anything right now. He's alone.
Yeah, unfortunately with the comps that they have, this Hydra does not get to exist. 1 second they're getting whaled, the next they're getting strike, and it just rinses and repeats. Oh no, don't go any further. Oh no, the Dynamo messed up! And that's a 3-down situation. Huge potential for Splatterfy to actually get the ball rolling here. They just need to be very careful because that bow is still there and is providing jumps. 1 down, 2 down for the Hydra. That's a 5-man so far. Do they keep going? The Hydra needs to be getting on tower at this point, I think, but I think they're more concerned with just getting to a good position. I think they're letting their oh yeah, no, they're just letting the Dapples do the work.
Yeah, this Hydra, he's trying to get set up. They're trying to get set up.
Oh no, that's not good. There goes the Hydra. There goes the Booyah armor.
Yeah, this Hydra, they're just trying to get set up in a spot where they can get a long charge hole. Fortunately, Bo is able to shut them down.
I mean,
I think Wow.
I mean, we can't be all doom and gloom yet, though. We can't be all doom and gloom yet. They've broken the checkpoint. They've broken the same amount of checkpoints that Deja Vu have. So Splatterfly still has a very good chance of going. Oh, the Dapple's in a good spot to maybe get an ambush going if they don't get. Oh no! Oh, that's a very close. That's very dangerous.
I don't know. I don't think he's got this. No, wait.
Hold on. No, let them cook. They're still alive. So long as they're not dead, there's an opportunity.
As long as they live, it's good. Although, wait. Huge pick on that Dowser's. Huge pick on everyone else too. It's just that bow. Where is the bow? Tower.
Yeah, boat is on tower, but is about to probably get picked off. Yes, fantastic. Do not let them retreat. And now,
this is exactly the spot they need to actually get lead right now. They have so many special
advantage is on Splatterfly.
Enemy team just has nothing. Yeah.
Ooh, oh, they messed up. They might get spotted. They're waiting.
Wait, slider?
Oh, what?
What? Okay.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. Maybe they had a different plan for it. Unfortunately, it may come back to bite them. Because now they're on the back foot again with a minute left. They had a really golden opportunity to get something going there. The Hydra moving forward without fear does take out two. Yeah, that is something I'd love to see about Hydras when they just relentless fear. And they've just lost cooler. They just lost cooler value. Only one person picked up cooler. That's not good for Deja Vu here.
It's back and forth. They have time. They have time to get lead here. But that Dynamo gets a really unlucky.
Oh my god, never mind.
Another wipeout. This is pretty bad for Splatterfly at the moment. However, it is shift tower control. Anything could happen.
Yeah. Cooler is back up again though. That's definitely not good for Splatterfly here because they don't have a cooler of their own to respond with, and they just lost it again. They just lost cooler right as it was ready, and they don't have anything to stop this relentless assault at this point. It's gonna. I'm sorry to say to call it, but it might just be over for Splatterfly. They might just get 3-0'd. It's looking that way.
Wait. It's just the Dynamo. Oh, wait a second. They have no strikes. They have a cooler out. This could be good. This could be something. They could make something happen. But they need to get a pick up here.
Perfect.
Oh!
Hold on. Bated breath. No, they do get picked off. But it's a 3v3 situation.
They're gonna come back for this. One.
Oh no! Did you get that range? Oh no! It's all falling apart!
No!
Oh no!
Oh.
The potential was there.
But that Dowser just shut him down.
That the Dowser exercising its range as it like it's one strength perfectly there. The 52 could not touch it.
Wow, I mean, one pick was good, but then going in, picking off that reef slider and avoiding the Booyah bomb, that just spelled the end, unfortunately.
Phenomenal. Again, honestly, it may have been a 3-0, but it was a phenomenal set. You can't deny that. That was a good set.
It was great.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been 3-0, but it does not tell the whole story, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Results
there were a lot of very close games, and those were really fun to watch and cast over.
Yeah, indeed. I keep saying it, but it's just a pleasure to watch these matches because you the outcome is always uncertain. The comps are interesting, and the plays are always a surprise. It's just like I'm sorry, I just don't have the words to describe the way that that I feel about low level. It's a curiosity. I think the thing is, it's always something you can find. No matches are the same really in low level. I think the best way to say it.
Yeah. I wonder what's gonna go in here. Now it's around 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna not be having a break yet. We're just gonna move directly into round 4, which is going to be our last round of Swiss. So don't forget to stick around for our brackets after Swiss is done. Oh, looks like we're gonna have Deja Vu again.
Really? Oh, Deja Vu again. All right. Interesting. Versus Luna Cerulean. I think that's the name.
I think so.
With Box. I'm sorry, that name I can't. fucking blank, I guess. I don't know.
Is that emojis? What is that?
Blank, yeah.
Oh.
Bowtie, Nana, Pixel, and Raven.
Okay.
Raven squared, actually. Yeah.
I mean, you know, Deja Vu, we already saw it. They had a strong
Imperial.
performance.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Once again,
they
praise
had a
the
strong
staff team.
performance. It was great.
Yeah, once again, praise the staff team who's in the background. They deserve more credit, simple as. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm definitely interested, again, because we've seen that Deja Vu just didn't change. I don't think Deja Vu changed their comp at all during that entire last set. So I'm interested to see if they do so for this one. I think we're just going to have to leave it to the map modes to see what they do.
Yeah. I think we really only saw changes in the bow and what kits they were playing, but that was about it.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, and for a note, the winner of the set will make it to Top Cut, and the loser will not. So this is a very important set for both teams.
Guys, look, there's another pencil, but it's red pen.
Red pen, he lost it. It's like a unicorn, make a wish. Imperial is running a interesting one, both a Splatana and a Splatling player. Interesting. And then Bowtie with Dapple. Very like these first two weapon form. I think the best way to say it is duality. Like it's very polar opposites in terms of how the weapons play. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
I would agree with you. I think, you know what, hey, they're gonna be good at flexing, right? If they're able to play Dapples and Bow like an equal skill, you know, I think they're pretty good mechanically, right? They have an understanding of two different archetypes. So yeah. I think here though, you know, we might see most likely dualies, I imagine, if they're gonna play Red Pencil or X-Blosher.
Yep. Red Pencil is interesting because like it has wall rain, which is an interesting thing on its own because setting up wall and then trying to use it yourself, especially with how long it can take to charge up those that shots, it's a bit awkward, I'd have to say. But again, I'll let them cook. Yeah, ink efficiency because like wall takes a lot. Either way, first map will be Undertow Rainmaker. Now we know Undertow Rainmaker has been in the game since launch, and it's one of those maps that just about everybody knows. So I'm definitely interested to see how these weapon pools work into this map that, you know, at this point has been. I don't think I can say it's been solved. The game isn't that old. But either way, we are going right into it with Undertow Rainmaker. Now, again, Deja Vu are hot off a 3-0. They need to win this set. They need 2 points. They need to win the set. They need to win this. They need to win 2 games here, and they have it. But so do Luna. So let's see who wants it more. Initial pop does go to Luna Serena.
Wow.
We completely forgot to mention comps here. Actually, looking like both teams are going to be on a relatively even footing in terms of pacing. Both teams losing a player relatively early into the engagement. Nobody has picked up the Rainmaker yet for good reason, because if they do so, that's going to be dicey.
I think... Wow, okay.
That was a combo and a half.
Jesus. You know, they're on the back foot right now, but I think... They're like... They've gotten a bit of off-tempo, you know. I think right now what they need to do is get a cooler and try and play for that right now. Because that's one of their biggest strengths over the other comp. That sword, getting a shark, not quite able to kill. Otherwise, though, I think, you know, they're in a pretty good spot at the moment. I wouldn't worry too much.
Comes out. Oh, does actually manage to come through geometry to make their approach a little safer, but they're not finding anybody. And it does go down, and Hammer comes out to counter the Rainmaker push. Oh my goodness. An absolute spree of specials just coming out of nowhere. Wait, how did you get up there? You're not supposed to be there.
He's went all the way around. Oh my god. You know, he has a reef slide. This could be really bad for Deja Vu.
Oh no!
Unless it's a huge...
The mid-air detonation was dirty!
Oh my god. Oh my... You know, I think they forced him out at this point, so... maybe we're gonna see the opposition trying to push that.
I mean, I would certainly love to see a good back and forth because again, both of these teams are fighting with the for top cut. So I want to see some tenacity. I want to see some aggression. I want to see some, you know what? Actually, I think that's about it. I want to see some grit.
I want to see some strongholds. That's what I want to see. No weak.
I want to, yeah. Say that again. Oh no, the wiper's gotten in and has actually managed to take out the backline and does actually get some value.
They're pushing now. They have no specials on the side of Luna Cerulean too, so they're going to be on the back foot here right now. They might get a pick on the strikes, right? Oh, sword.
Deja vu. Oh, excellent play.
Unfortunately, checkpoint does go down.
Yeah, Deja vu has also broken check. That's a key point here. Both checks have been broken, and Luna Cerulean only has a Zipcaster for the moment. So we're gonna have to see what they want to do with it.
The shot picking up Rainmaker, they're gonna have 2 heavy weapons. Explode, unfortunately, they do go down. So, free, you know, this is pretty even. It's anyone's game at the moment. The specials that Luna Cerulean has are really weak. At least the ones they have up right now. Splashdown and Zipcaster is not gonna get your team in for that Rainmaker. They're gonna have to play a lot around their weapon strengths if they want to get it. Zipcaster going in, weak bow, he can't quite get that, they can't quite get that pick. No, never mind, ignore me. They get that, Splashdown comes out, it'll get another pick on them. 1 player up,
but the check is being held.
Rainmaker pops, oh my god, everything is going on.
That choke point is a nightmare, and you can't even deny it because the thing is that the Dowsers can just kind of hold an angle and keep shooting down it forever because its normal fire just doesn't consume much ink at all. It's a 2v2 situation, the Rainmaker has been reset, and Dowsers is going to come out of that with an extra strike. So we're going to have to see how they want to spend that, waiting for their team to come back.
Biggest issue here is definitely that everyone on the team went down except for the Explo. So their 2 entry specials they have right now, anything for getting picks at least. You know, the Slider and Zuka, they're going to take a bit more time to get up. And they're able to afford it right now for pushes because they have a pretty good lead. However, you know, are they going to have a strong enough defense without that Reef Slider?
Oh my goodness, the very aggressive explode, and it's paying off for them. They are just finishing off their teammates' work phenomenally. Almost every single one of their kills have been combos. But, however, the Dowsers again in a prime position to stop the push in its tracks. The Explo with a damage combo from its own splashdown to keep things going. Oh my goodness!
Oh my God.
This is insane!
How is he doing this?
Well, no, you thought you were safe with stealth jump. Wait a second. That's not a good idea. But then again,
this is their only option. They have 20 seconds left. They can't do anything else. They're stuck in the corner though. Are they going to be able to make it out?
Yes, they do. They do manage to get one of them. They need to be careful of the Explo though. They can't stand too close to their teammates, otherwise they might just become collateral damage. The splashdown comes down, doesn't kill anyone.
Explo
really dangerous.
For a pick on that Rainmaker. I don't know if they're going to get
rid of him.
Never mind.
Whoa. That's tragic. Unfortunate. Luna Cerulean does take the first game. That the Explode there. They played phenomenally. My word. That was impressive.
Wow. I mean, their stalling was great. Like, I think biggest issue there was that they were just trying to go in one at a time on that Explo, and that Explo saw them coming in and was able to pick them off and trap them. They needed to really try and take a 2v1 against that Explo if they want to get value.
I think that last engagement of for Deja Vu is a perfect lesson of, like, perfect example of why you don't bunch up. Because everybody was huddled around them at Rainmaker, meaning that the Explo just needed to shoot. They just needed to shoot toss one shot into the crowd, and they were almost guaranteed to hit the Rainmaker and their entire team. So it's a really difficult situation. That walkway is incredibly thin though, so I can't blame people for getting a bit too tight in their terms of formation. But they definitely needed to spread out a bit to, you know, cover the Rainmaker instead. Because one thing that people forget is that you don't need to be immediately next to someone to work with them. So long as your weapon ranges are overlapping, I'm talking like if you can reach someone and your teammate can also reach someone with their weapon, you can work in tandem. Teamwork is an abstract thing. If you're doing something that directly benefits a teammate and they're working off of it, that's you two working together. An example that I'm familiar with, playing as Brush. if you as Brush pull somebody's attention and then you give an opening to your teammate, that's perfect teamwork. Because it's literally just that they are turning their gun away from the main fight, giving an opening. Either way, it's how this kind of thing works. Now we're on Splat Zone's no, not Barnacle, Robo Ramen. Yeah, pardon me. So Splat Zone's Barnacle. Oh, we see the red pen come out. Make a wish, lads.
Oh my god!
Make a wish, everybody. We actually see red pen actually see use in competitive. Let's go.
Wow. Okay. I mean, there's a lot to talk about here. I think on Deja Vu side, like, they have a Dread, they have an Incline Tri-Stringer, they have a Dowser Dualies with Strikes. They can just flip zone whenever they want. However, Luna Cerulean does have, you know, Pen with Storm, pretty good. Slider, decent. And then that sword actually is going to benefit a lot because this is a pretty short map overall. Or, you know, pretty open map. And the zone isn't too large, so...
That's gonna be... Oh, it's big! Excellent reslider. That was an excellent reslider. I got a kill in creative space. Fantastic. So the thing is, both teams have foregone their cooler. That's the thing. Both teams have foregone their cooler weapon for this round, which is interesting because that removes the enemy's sustain. Ooh! Paradox putting the moves on the pen there, but unfortunately, it's not. It's ill-timed because the rest of their team has fallen. Oh, Strike's coming out. That's not a good spot to pop them, but they do get all three off. And it doesn't.
You know, I think Parad's really going to struggle to get in with this comp because they just have so much range, and then their front lines just paint a lot, so they're going to really have a hard time actually finding an angle to push it. They just can't approach them upright.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, the Dread is causing problems, and it's a good thing too, because their team, that allows their team to walk in. And we might actually be able to see them get some aggression going if they're able to get in?
They're running in, trying to get it canceled. They're not able to. However, Slider comes out, gets a huge pick there. And look at that Dapples. Wow, canceling the carbon, getting that good control. Now, they do have a bit of map dominance on the side of Luna. Cerulean. However, you have a strikes. That Slider goes down though. That's really bad for them. 2 players go down, 3 players go down. It's just the Dowsers. They really need to stay alive here because that's the only special they have. Zip coming out. This might kill them.
The Zip wants it. Wow. The Zip wants the kill. They're gonna go for it. Oh my goodness. And the Zip... Oh, wait! What?
Oh,
that's, I'm sorry to say, that's an incredible waste. You needed that for zone. Unfortunately, it looks like Deja Vu might just be crumbling under the pressure. However, again, we have Chumped, we have Zuka. There is a chance to flip zone and at least get a penalty going if they get things done.
They get that slider out, they can flip it.
There it is.
Wow, good job. Huge. Oh my god.
Oh, reslider comes out. It does take out another. Deja Vu are not out of this yet. They are willing to hold on for dear life, and they are going to need to do so if they want to make top cut. Oh, phenomenal pick from the carbon, staying alive. No, the whip is tragic because it immediately gets punched by a charge swing.
Oh, but 2 specials are coming out. I think they might be wasting it here. Wait, but that jump?
Oh no!
Are they gonna get it?
Ooh, the roll!
He misses!
Phenomenal roll! That was amazing! Oh, carbon trades with Dapples, that's fine. And they are just going to keep going. Deja Vu is still going. They are not done yet. They do have a reslider. If they get it in the right spot, it can be devastating. There goes their pen. That's not good for them. Luna Cerulean has suddenly had the script flipped on them, and they are reeling. They are still trying to figure out how to solve the problem. But they flip zone again. But again, the penalty is low. Oh my goodness.
Wait.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
This is so dicey. Like, here's the thing. I don't know which team is winning this fight. Oh no, a bomb will get a pick on the bow though. So this may actually end up in Luna Cerulean's favor. It's so hard to tell, man.
I mean, like, look, these specials coming out on the side of Deja Vu, but they're just not able to get them that zone back. So, timer's ticking down for Luna. You know, oh my god, that's Zuka.
And let's flip zone again! Oh no!
Oh, wait. This is possible. They can come back.
They do have a reslot already.
Are they going to be able to use it in cap zone? I think they are. I think they need a good timing here. They need to flip, and then they're going to be able to re-kill.
Oh wait, here we go. That could be huge. It doesn't get a kill, but it will flip zone again. Oh,
Oh my
that's
god,
2
that's a
down
huge
for
bump.
Luna. A big opportunity for Deja Vu to actually take the lead.
Will they see that sword charging?
They do.
Yes, they do.
They worked through their penalty, and now like, Luna Cerulean only has a few short seconds to actually get the zone again. Strikes do come out. They're trying to reach zone, but they only reach their corner. The carbon is still in. The carbon is there. The carbon is down. It's not enough time. It is enough time. It might just be enough time.
Wait, they have a reslider though. That reslider is charging. This is there.
Ooh, he saves himself.
Wait, I don't know if
They
they're
saved
gonna get it.
themselves. That's
Get the switch
insane.
coming out.
Zone is still no. It flips. How do you... I'm so sorry for overlapping commentary, but neither of us know what's going on at that point.
What? That was
Oh my
incredible.
goodness. That is an insane match. Well done to Luna Cerulean for being patient enough to use that reslider. That was an incredible game.
Excellent. I think Luna Cerulean, their Dapples had the great idea of flanking with the reslider. Even though they didn't get a pick, they were able to cut off the dread from the rest of the team, which let the rest of Luna Cerulean use their specials, come in, and they were able to stop that timer. That was insane.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That match was on a nice edge. That was 2 seconds off. The score was around 2 seconds off from switching. If that reslider had been a little late, or if the strikes hadn't gotten those picks, it might not ended so well for Luna Cerulean. But either way, Luna Cerulean is now moving on to Top Cut. Unfortunately, Deja Vu is not.
It's fine. I'm sure Deja Vu will perform. They've had some really strong performance so far, so, you know, I think we're going to get to see a strong performance in mid-cut.
I certainly do. Again, they've showed up. They've done. Again, every single team we've seen so far has played really well. Oof. Oh. Hold on, new info. Apparently Top Cut isn't quite guaranteed. Apparently some of the results are not as expected from the other matches. So, maybe? We're not sure who gets Top Cut at this point. But again, they still have a decent shot at it. Interesting.
Reading this chart, it looks like they're still going to qualify for top bracket at the rate they're going at, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay. I believe they will make top cut in the bottom spot, and Deja Vu at the moment is going to be placed into mid cut in the top spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely sucks not getting to the top cut, especially when you're that close, you know. But that shouldn't let you this is their first tournament. That shouldn't let them discourage. Like, I think again. Okay, hold on. I'll leave it. Let's put a pin in this. I'll put a pin in that small topic for after.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah. Okay. So, right, we do see bulbs. Yeah, we do see bulb string come out. That's interesting. But yeah, no, like Deja Vu has only been switching up their bows, which I mean, it's been working for them so far. But Clamlet Umami is a whole different beast. The only place you have to play is mid, and there is little space to play outside of that. So if people can occupy mid, what a pick! And the Carbon is looking to extend that. Oh, never mind. I'll just never speak again. Commenting is cursed.
Jesus.
Again, the script keeps flipping.
I mean, this is still, like, very good neutral. Zuka's coming out a bit early. However, whoa, that long shot doesn't quite get anyone. Alright, gets two. This is great for them.
I like to refer to those shots as Zuka yeets. Because at that point you're just like, I can't see anything. Yay!
At this point in time, you know, it looked like Deja Vu had an advantage there, but apparently not. You know, I think Luna Cerulean was able to recover gracefully. I think all of their recoveries today so far have been pretty graceful, I'd say.
Indeed, they've been rather patient. They've been patient and like you know, and they've been willing to like let things unfold. They haven't been trying to rush through situations. The Jet here is actually really huge for preventing a push because they've taken out the Dapples and they forced a Zuka pop, which gets immediately punished by someone else. Fantastic. Now they are going to have to deal with the Stamper here. Stamper is actually really good at holding space on its own. It's such an independent weapon. Oh, meaty!
Great pick on that Zuko though. Wait.
Crit.
They're not going to focus on that bow though. Is that the right play? That is the question.
Oh my god!
Oh wait. Oh.
You got a little overzealous trying to get a crit on that jetpack. No, you got to admit that was a little overzealous of them.
Now this Exploit has performed this test before, but I don't know. Are they going to be able to anchor the team and prevent them from pushing? It looks like it.
Yeah,
Deja Vu's a bit too slow on the follow-up. They can do too much. They have specials though. They
oh, that's a really good spot to pop it actually. Again, like, the Explo is in its prime position and it has no intentions of moving. And it doesn't need to either for the moment. Again, Jet is ready from the Bulb's bow. They have it. They have passed their ball, so they might probably use it. Although, unfortunately, the Dynamo does go down again. Dynamo is struggling to get anywhere with the amount of, like, AoE hitboxes that are coming out. Jet is out, trying to get some picks. And the shot just actually does get in! Oh my goodness.
What?
Splashdown comes out, it does get rid of the Dynamo is just not having a good round. Oh my goodness! Slide across the wall with a crit and the oh my goodness. Oh no! No! Oh, you don't want that on camera!
The Carbon going into their natural habitat of sharking out a jump, unfortunately falls a bit short.
A bit short is one way to say it. But what is not falling short is the lead that Lunas really has just created for themselves. 35 points down. That is really good for a first score, especially with 2 minutes on the clock remaining. That is very, very demanding for Deja Vu here. Deja Vu needs to get a really good push if they want to be able to contest this lead. And given that the Explo is going to be incredibly difficult to dislodge with their comp, we're going to have to see some really strong play. They lose one player each. It's, oh no, down go 2 for Deja Vu. This is already looking dicey. The really, the point blank re-slider, man. You can't let him get away with that.
Oh, huge evade on that Carbon from the Dapples. I mean, just look at them go. 2 balls, this could be really, no, but they miss a ball. Unless that Dapples recovers it, and they do recover it. Wow.
What are you saying? Oh my goodness. They just keep, like, Deja Vu has just barely they've just barely put the door back together, and then Lunas Aurelio comes in, just knocks it down again, back to splinters. Like, the door is just kicked open every time, and they can't keep it closed.
I mean, honestly, at this point, wow, okay, pretty good trade. They really just need, like, a special to get from mid into the basket. Because right now, Deja Vu is coming into a scenario where they're either dying before they can use any of their specials, or they're using their specials to get out of their basket. So, a huge job from their bow, though. They're able to get the first clam in, but is that enough? I don't know if they're going to keep baskets open. Carbon, wait, it's a 1v1. It's a 1v1. No! No!
It's not going to be, it might be over.
Unless
Carbon getting out.
They have plans. Oh.
Yeah, they have more though, but they need to be very quick. They need to go now. The thing is,
they have the sword.
No,
the
sword is there.
Oh no! Oh,
the time is ticking down. The sword has done its job.
They can get it. No.
They've done it. They've done their job. They slowed them down enough, and that's it. It is going to be 3-0 for Lunas Aurelio. Oh my goodness, Deja Vu probably isn't happy with that one, but unfortunately, it's the cards they've been dealt. They have to sit with it. Oh my goodness.
There we go. Okay, there was...
After such a close game too as well. That's unfortunate.
Sorry, yeah. Okay, yep, so they've updated, Lunas Aurelio is the 3rd team out of 4 teams to be in Top Cut. And Deja Vu is unfortunately booted down to the 2nd best team in Big Cut.
Yep.
So, we'll see some strong performance, I think, from both teams. Those were some really good games. And again, like, I think throughout everything I've seen so far, I've seen some really unique comps and some really cool stuff coming out. I like the weapons that they have cooler on, you know, and I also think we've seen a lot of Dynamo and bows. That's what I've noticed so far.
Yeah, Dynamo is, I mean, especially after, especially for a good while now. Dynamo has gone up in popularity, and I think well, it's definitely not the most like fun weapon to deal with, especially if the Dynamo's competent. I think it's really good for the game though, because it introduces a new variable into matches. That's the thing. Whereas before, like, Dynamo just didn't get to exist. Now it actually has the ability to play the video game a majority of the time.
Yeah. I think, yeah, but honestly, great so far. Well, now that we're done our 4 rounds, we're just gonna wait for a bit. Oh yeah, everything from Swiss is done, so we're gonna be moving into our brackets. So don't forget to stick around for that.
Indeed. I'll see you guys in a sec. Hello, we're back again, really quickly. So yeah, we have just gotten the matches ready, and I do believe it is Orange versus Ripple Effect. Oh, I may have missed a part of Orange name. Give me a second. Check.
Orange Sherbet.
Yeah, Orange Sherbet. Pardon me. Orange Sherbet versus Ripple Effect. Now, okay, so a couple of facts. One, in their first week, Ripple Effect, they participated in the Cats Have 7 Lives, placing in the lower of the 2 cuts, and winning that bracket, placing 11-19 overall, which is 11 out of 19. A very good achievement. Again, that is their first week of competitive together, and they're already winning a lower bracket. I honestly, highest of praise for that. As for Orange Sherbet, they played in Cats Have 9 Lives, and they got first place out of 17. Again, a really, really good achievement for having only 3 weeks in competitive experience. That's phenomenal.
And you know, I think this is Seed 1 and 2. Orange Sherbet is Seed 1, Ripple Effect Seed 2. Both in Top Cut. I think we're not only going to see some very close games, we're going to see some fun games. And fun is always good.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean, like, so we see Aiden, Aurelia, and yeah. And nothing too stand out on these comps, honestly. Like, there's nothing like... Okay, you know what? Actually, I'll leave this to you. What, Umbra, does anything specifically out of this weapon pool stick out to you?
Okay, I don't... Aurelia isn't... I don't think they're their coach or their team manager, so maybe anything's coming out. Based off of this, though, we have a couple options, right? If we're gonna stick to the trend of some of the more recent rounds having teams with cooler, you know, we're gonna see a pencil, maybe a carbon, and then either a forge and an end splash or a forge and a 52 to back that carbon up. Now, it's really just gonna depend. Do we want to focus on supporting this carbon as much as possible, or do we want to give some Slayer independence to other members of the team? If we want to give Slayer independence to other members of the team, you know, maybe we're going to run E-Leader with Nautilus, or maybe we'll run Pencil with Carbon and 52, and then that End Splash is going to be supportive, you know, and Kasserine is really just going to back those 2 Slayers up, and those Slayers are going to synergize together, meet in the middle, and, you know, if one Slayer goes down, no biggie. You know, the other Slayer is still alive to play off of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, for Ripple Effect, we have... Let's see. So, I mean, typical frontliner here with the bucket and bucket decav. An interesting mix. I think that, like, 2 skirmishing weapons, and then we've got a V-try. We've got a fairly standard support, like, sort of support set, along with a wiper on it. and then you just got a bow player, and then you got dually player. So yeah, this is a good mixed bag for Ripple Effect, honestly, and I see them being able to be quite versatile with this weapon pool.
Yeah, I think their biggest issue here is, honestly, it might just be if they fight cooler, and they don't have any cooler weapons. But of course, they have a zap for that option. I think it's really gonna just depend and go down on what weapons both teams ultimately pick. I do like the idea of having a decav or slosher because I haven't seen any decavs or sloshers today.
Mm-hmm.
That could be really cool to see. Otherwise, I mean, we have an N-Zap for cooler, and there is a Wellstring, which, if it's Rainmaker, they could have a lot of dominance.
I mean, yeah, true. Like, Wellstring is just no joke on Rainmaker. If it's in effect, the only way you're going to be able to like contest it is if you manage to time. What would it be? I'd have to say, a decaf strike to the shield and like a dynamo strike as well, point blank. That might be able to counter it, but it's like the damage is so insane. Also, I should probably mention, given this is now top cut, it is now best of 5. So the first team to win 3 games will take the point. Will take the set.
And the team that wins the set is moved into finals.
Yep.
And then the other team is going to be booted into our third place match.
Yep. So first up, we have an old favorite. We have Mahi Mahi on zones. I mean, given these comps, I think I see this going either way. We don't have anything outstanding in terms of range to like zone people out. Whereas, like, I think it's relatively zones here is going to be interesting. It's probably just going to be who manages to like beat the others in fights, over like who has like comp or like range dominance.
I think biggest thing is that pencil or E-leader versus that bow. Like, if we're just talking straight paint, that bow, especially like Tri-Stringer, has a huge advantage. However, that pencil and E-leader do have that fighting advantage. They have, the pencil itself has better special, but honestly, it can go either way with both these comps. We didn't see anything too polarizing, and frankly, these teams are both very strong for the tournament. So
yeah, I mean, these teams have made it to both of these teams have made it to top cut. So like, they are definitely no slouch.
I mean, seeing Scorecard Rainmaker though makes me scared. Because, that Wellstring comes out. If they can get some good momentum going with Rainmaker popping, it's just going to be over pretty fast.
Yeah, it's going to be... I really hope we do go to Barnacle and Down Clans, though. Barnacle and Down Clans is always an interesting one. Especially when we've got mobile weapons like dualies and brush in play. Like those weapons can just move through that map very quickly. If they're not being, zoned out.
And I find that pretty often on Barnacle Clans, you can actually get a bit of a lockout happen to you when the enemy scores Power Clam in your basket. So, the enemy team, like, when they're on defense like that, they're really going to have to play carefully to make sure that they aren't locked out, right? Or they minimize the amount of points lost.
Yeah. I definitely agree on that.
But of course, we can't dwell on that too much because it is best of 5. In the off chance that one of the teams Brios the other team, we won't even get the chance to see Barnacle Clams.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like, what would it? Come on. Oh yeah, hold on. Actually, I did miss something for Ripple Effect. They've already played in World 9 as well. First place in the high cut too. 8th out of 28 total. Not top cut, high cut. So I think that's okay.
That's the second highest, yeah.
Yeah. And then apparently Wiped Out is the one that Wiped Out has actually beat them. They are 1-2 against Wiped Out since the group stage of this tournament, which is pretty interesting.
I mean, 1-2 shows not one team has clear dominance over the other. So I think this could be going either way. Wiped Out C2 currently has pretty good score right now, 4-0 in their sets. However, it could go either way. It could flip. They did lose a game. So if you lose one game, you can lose multiple games.
Yep.
So you're really just going to have to keep watching to find out.
Yeah, gods can bleed, so to speak.
Any thoughts on Ship Tower?
Ship Tower, it is certainly a map modable time. We love it's definitely better than let's be real, it is definitely better than like ship-shaped zones. That's like you can't deny that.
I do agree. I think
No, you can continue.
Oh, I think last time we saw Ship Tower coming out, one of the teams, they really struggled to secure like any sort of hold in mid to actually push, because there's just like so much momentum and there's so much snowballing and tower control, and then Ship just amplifies that. So, I think pretty even weapon matchups on both sides, to be honest. So it's gonna be up to both teams just not panicking when they lose lead or when the enemy team gets really far, because it's really deceptive that it's so easy to just get a lead.
Yeah. It's also just the fact that okay. Well, here we go. We are now on the third. Welcome to Top Cut, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. So Orange Sherbet versus Ripple Effect. So winner makes it to finals. Loser gets sent down to third place. Let's see who wants it. So looking closer right away, we've got a lot of mobility. A lot of mobility for both teams actually. Like it's. Oh wait, I just realized that's Ember's Duels. All right. Oh
okay.
my goodness.
Oh wow. A lot of picks going down in mid.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. On first contact, it's an absolute bloodbath. Both teams had each other's throats immediately.
Oh my god. I'm looking at this. They have a cooler, slider, bubble. Oh, everything has high paint on their team. And then I see a 52 gal with the splashdown. They have easy flipping, and that Nautilus can mark players.
Let's just ignore that wall that fell on the water. Let's not talk about that, shall we? Oh no, a huge re-slider does cause the team to splinter and lose one player alive.
He's struggling to get a hold right now. I think they're
going to
try for a splashdown play here. Watch this.
Oh, what a splashdown! Huge. Like, I saw where that was going, and I leaned forward. I was like, wait a second, there's something big there. Wow. And that was a massive splashdown to flip the script. And now, Orange Sherbet has been forced back into their zone. But the thing is, like, Ripple Effect doesn't have much to keep them there. Especially with a bubbler in play, Orange Sherbet can just push back in. But again, they do not have a big lead here, so if Ripple Effect plays things well, they can actually just keep going. They do lose their dualies. So, pick comes in, it's 3-3. This is just an even skirmish game. Oh my goodness! No wall for you. Yeah, excellent suction bomb.
I was kind of trying to strike out, maybe get a pick on this Dread. Dread is able to get them picked off though. This could be anyone's game. I mean, Dynamo's gonna have that cooler come out. They have specials. Cooler's coming out now. That gal's still alive. We're just really just gonna see what happens. I mean, Ripple Effects just showing that they are not gonna go down without a fight.
Yeah, the duel is making the good decision to back off when they lost their partner there and came to the ag direction.
Oh, wait.
It goes all the way trying the Dreadringer goes all the way with the Reslider, trying to get the duel. The duel still hasn't gone down. Cask is still trying to stay as alive as long as possible to keep their team in the fight. And despite this fight lasting so long, the zone hasn't gone down much at all. The zone has stayed neutral for almost over a minute and is only now starting to count down again. But it's looking like Orange Sherbet is not going to let them go that easy. Ripple Effect is just trying to hold the zone and trying to lock them out. But at this point, again, it has just been an absolute slugfest. Both teams seemingly almost completely evenly matched, with Orange Sherbet barely coming out on top in terms of how the fight's been going. Oh
that
no! What a
no.
shot! What a pickup! What a cleanup from, I think that was the end out.
Wow. Okay. I mean, they really. Wow, that's bad. The Doolies is down. 2 players are down. This might be the end for them. They're gonna get knocked out if they can't. No, it's just the Dynamo. I don't think they're gonna get back in time. This might be it.
Yeah, this might just be the lockout that Ripple Effect was looking for to get them out, and it is. They actually managed to come out on top of that very, very drawn-out scrap at the start of the match. Like, you saw that, right? Both teams sat just over 60 for almost a solid minute without anything happening. That was kind of insane.
I mean, just that was really good from both teams. But like that bow is doing a great job at staying back and providing constant AoE and chip, especially with chumps. So, I mean, you know, I think they both had great plays. That Zap was doing really good cleanup too. I'll be honest, like that Zap was taking down chipped off players. It was great.
Indeed. Like, yeah, no, the both play, like, honestly, like, both sides played really well. It's unfortunate that the team, like, what would it be? I think it was, yeah, Orange Sherbet was just not able to, like, you know, keep up, like with their dualies, because the dualies was able to stay alive for so long and draw so much aggro. It's just unfortunate their team was not, like, able to pick up on it, pick up what the dualies were putting down.
Like, honestly, it could go either way. I think they were, you know, not being locked out as hard. However, Orange Sherbet was struggling with the speed there, because I'm pretty sure that Zap and the Doolies were really messing them up with that speed versus that Dynamo. Because the Dynamo, I think they were just having a hard time because there were players behind them and in front of them, and they just didn't know where to look.
Mm-hmm. So now we're going into Scorch. Honestly, I do fully expect them to make Tom changes here, because Scorch Gorge is a very differently played map. So I'm not expecting any, like, big, like... I'm not expecting them to, like, keep their comp 100% unless they're, like, 100% sure it's going to work on this map. Because we're going from open ground to, like, relatively, like, dense cover for a majority of the map, especially mid. With that, with the main island.
We discussed, like, Rainmaker popping as well.
Yeah,
yeah, and you know, we might just see some really fast pops, and we might see a lot of snowballing here. And do you? Oh, sorry. No, my audio might be screwed up. I hear a side order.
Oh, somebody's messing with the jukebox, I think. Typical. Yeah, typical.
It's like, I opened something by accident. Anyways. Okay, anyways, wow, wiped out already. They've already won their semi-set. So they're waiting for their opponent in finals. So, interesting.
Okay. So yeah, Wiped Out has in fact won their set, like Umbra said. So they are now waiting to see if Ripple Effect joins them in finals. So if... Wait, yeah, I do believe it's Ripple Effect. Checking. Yep, it is Ripple Effect. So Ripple Effect now is 1-0 for the moment. If they can set 2-0 in this next match, they can actually apply some insane pressure to Orange Sherbet and potentially win the mental game too.
Blaster and Decaf coming out, we're gonna see a crab tank. These barely look the same, I'll be honest.
Yes, indeed.
Huge changes, wow. I mean,
look,
I think that is V-Blaster with the bubble, yes. I think Orange Sherbet, their goal right now is really just to support that Blaster with heavy paint and cooler. But the question is, will that Blaster be able to compensate? Decaf going in.
Oh my goodness.
Huge bubble. Goes down though. Wow.
Oh my goodness, the shooter trying to salvage the situation, but the wall is still rolling. The hammer! And the bubble the bubble is staying off.
They're gonna pop it. They're gonna pop it really, really fast. That's the issue. Goes down again. They're gonna run it.
Oh my goodness. This is an oh my goodness. What a first push. Down to 27 already. That already puts an immense amount of weight onto Orange Sherbet. Oh, the whiff on the follow-up. That's unfortunate. Really early strikes though.
they have a cooler for a retake, but they're gonna have to use this cooler if they actually want to get value out of it. If you do go down, you know, if they can retake mid, I don't think it's too bad. They have specials, you know, more specials are coming out. They're gonna get another cooler soon as well. But, you know, that stamp from Ripple Effect, if it's anything like the last stamp, it's gonna be bad. Never mind. Huge Zuka getting that wall string. Shot gets 2. Holding mid right now, they're just cutting everyone off. 3 dead. Look at this, the shot running in, gets 4.
Nope, denied.
Whoa.
That's 3! Oh my goodness. That's what you like to see.
I'm telling you, you gotta watch out for that stamp.
Yeah, and then you've got, and then just absolute area denial from the ball string. This is the weapon specialty. You can't, like the weapon just gets, if the weapon has height on you, it just denies you. You need help with it. You can't like charge it alone unless you have really good path. You need to be very careful. Now we see Ripple Effect in position to use a crab. They do pop it, and they are going to just pressure the enemy snipe, get them all off of that. Like this is a crab's range. You've got to respect it, otherwise you're gonna get shredded. Hammer comes out too to follow up on it, potentially do some damage. Does not find anything. The bubbler is out for the decav, and the decav is just no! Fantastic 2v1. And now they are trying to clear a path again. Oh, that's an unfortunate DC. Unfortunately, it was after the half of the round though, so that's gonna count.
It's not great.
That's
and if you don't know our DC rules, if you're past 30 score on the opposing team without the DC, then you just have to play it out. So, unfortunately, looks like Orange Sherbert is just going to have to figure something out.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately this is well,
that's good.
That is an unfortunate wipe. It's going to be over, unfortunately. Good game. It was actually a relatively strong game there too. It's just unfortunate that again $20 a year moment, or 20 quid a minute. I don't know, man. Whatever currency of choice moment.
Any currency. I mean, like, they're showing that, you know, that wall string, huge frat. Like, stamp throw. That stamp throw was incredible.
Yeah, literally just like insane throw to stop that push. That had so much potential to snowball in Orange Sherbet's favor.
It's really unfortunate that they had a DC though.
I mean, we both know that hammer definitely gave the wall string a dopamine spike. Let's be honest. Just got 3-man feed or.
But, you know, hey, all I'm saying, there could be a reverse sweep. Anything goes. Yeah. Anything goes.
Reverse sweep is always possible. It's never off the table.
No. I think, man, that blaster, I think that was a good pick, but I don't know if they needed the bubble, to be honest, because like the bow and the decav, they didn't know about the decav admittedly, but they knew there was going to be a bow coming out, and I think that really screwed them up because decav is able to dash into bubble, and then the wellstring is able to shred bubble really fast, so that bubble couldn't get as much value as I think they hoped for.
Yeah, so, yeah, I do agree. That blaster was definitely struggling because it had so much it needed to deal with. Like, it needed to avoid wellstring, the decav, and I think decav dualies and the end tap were just moving so fast as well with the cooler.
I think Orange Sherbert just really needs some way to either flank this bow or somehow just attack them, keep them back, kill them, anything, right? Because of the fact they're not able to, this bow is just constantly pumping out pain and just anchoring the comp. So Orange Sherbert just fighting against a wave versus Ripple Effect.
Indeed.
Here we go. Anyways.
Okay.
All good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Ship-Shape Tower. Again, this is Ripple Effect's tournament. Like, this is Ripple Effect's finals ticket. There was Orange Sherbet is trying to get something.
A lobby DC though. It's unfortunate.
20 once again, 20 units of currency in your respective country a year.
Argentinian pesos, whatever that currency is. But okay, unfortunate.
I was gonna say, let's not talk about Venezuela on the terms of currency, shall we?
You know, whatever currency, whatever country you live in, I think Kieran's right. You know, 20 of whatever that is, and hopefully that's a lot of money.
I certainly hope so.
20 euros, you know, that's pretty good. That's like enough for like side order right there, isn't it? It's pretty good.
Yep. I mean, yeah, not bad.
I mean, oh geez, like, okay, thankfully we will be replaying.
Yeah, we will. That will be a replay.
Yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna immediately go into finals, I believe. So don't leave yet. By the way, I've just gotten info that their fourth is having connection issues, so they're calling in a sub for Orange Sugar.
Yeah,
so we will be starting momentarily.
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that thing I put a that topic I put a pin in. I think it's the perfect time to pull that pin out. So I mentioned at one point, like, I was going to bring up like something regarding the program. So something about the program. There are no expectations put on the players. We are here to teach you how competitive works. We are not, like I mentioned, we're not expecting prodigies. We're not like trying to turn you into 100% winners. This isn't like a training camp in the other senses, like where it's help. Always, like the main objective is the idea of getting you into the competitive scene. We will, like, the coach is there to help you improve. Yes, the coach is there to help teach you how to play with your team. But the main objective is to give people a solid starting place to get into competitive. Because not everybody has 4 friends that want to start a competitive team. Not everybody has the opportunity, or like, to get started. And especially when you're getting started out in competitive, finding a team is horrendous. It's just a nightmare because nobody knows each other down here. Nobody knows each other. Nobody wants to touch each other with a 10-foot pole kind of thing. It's a lot of like maybe not, maybe not. Whereas Stronghold just takes 4 people that we take 4 people who we think are going to work together, and we just put them on the team to see if it works. And a vast majority of the time, it does. As in, success is not what we expect of our students. All we ask of our students is to show up, put effort in, put as much effort as they can into the session, and we want to just show you what competitive is like. We want to teach you how it works, and just help you get a bit of enjoyment out of it. That's what we want. That's what we aim to do. We're not like trying to just create the next generation of DivX players, because that's not reasonable.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think another thing that Stronghold just does really well is, you know, it's pairing you with teams of like 4 to 5 players. So with a coach and a team manager. So you know, so everything is just like curated really well, and you're able to have a really good comp experience, especially in entry level, where it's like, I think a lot of players entering comp don't really know like exactly what they're getting into or what they're doing. And I think Stronghold is able to bring you into it really smoothly. And, you know, I mean, also you see like a lot of camaraderie. You know, you mentioned that not everyone has friends that want to make a comp team in Splatoon. But you actually, like, you make a lot of friends, you know, from just being in the same season, because you're able to interact a lot, and I'm sure you're going to find a lot of other people you want to play with, you know, rivals you want to play against, and I think you're going to make friends for a pretty long time.
Yeah, true. And not to mention the side effect of being in the same, like, having multiple teams partake in the same like season, is the fact that it literally teaches you networking. Because at some point, like, we have a tendency to like encourage teams to interact with each other outside of training sessions. Like, it just teaches you, like, we try and like subtly teach players how to, you know, network as well. However, once again, here we are again, ripple effect with the set winning game in here, whereas Orange Sherbet once again on the scoreboard.
What?
No Game!
Oh. Okay. Anyways.
Anyways. So, what was I saying? Yeah. Because we don't just teach back to some more details of the program. We do not just teach you how to play the game. We teach you just about every single facet. We teach you how tournaments work, signing up for tournaments, setting up scrims, running scrims. We teach you the etiquette and just the inner workings of just about every single aspect of competitive, including teaching you how to use Sendu, how to sign up, well, like I said, signing up for tournaments and everything. It's literally like giving you the app, like, whereas most of the time, most people before Stronghold came along had to figure this out on their own, or at least have a friend explain it to them. When now you have where Stronghold's mission is to make that barrier of entry so as low as we can get it. We intend to compile resources when we can, if they are available. We try and make a couple of things, you know, a lot more accessible. Also, I've been told that Orange Sherbet, due to the connection issues, has elected to forfeit.
Oh.
That is an unfortunate one, and I do believe that is the. That sucks.
Oh,
okay.
All right. I had 20 Canadian dollars riding on them coming back. That's my money.
Okay. Alright, let's...
I guess we're moving soon.
Okay, so while we're waiting for the next set to be ready, I'd like to bring up something. We are so... Stronghold isn't... No, Stronghold doesn't work just off of just players and coaches alone. We have a massive team of people in the background working. And to give you a bit of behind the scenes, we have 3 other people sitting in the background right now, working on maintaining the stream alone to get things sorted. And I would like to praise them because they work incredibly quickly and they're incredibly responsive. They're incredibly talented individuals. So in chat, please give them a round of applause first of all, and again, give the entire Splatoon Stronghold team an applause as well. They merit it. They do something incredible for the community as a whole. This program is phenomenal. Every single member of staff deserves an incredible amount of like praise for it. However, we could always use more hands. There is sign-ups. We just not every now and then we throw up sign-ups for various roles. For the moment, I do believe it is. Yeah. Well, you can choose to do various things. We need streamers, we need stream liaisons, we need, well, artists, commentators, because, well, you've seen everybody, while I am a bit, I don't even mean to brag, I'm a bit of a mainstay on the SBA as a commentator, and everybody else, you've seen a wide variety of commentators here. That's because we sign up and volunteer to do this. Like, the SBA works off of volunteer work. And it's, well, being grassroots and everything, we're building everything up. So, we have staff sign-ups, and I do believe, I'm not quite sure where they're currently linked. However, there should be a link posted either in chat or in the, yeah, it is linked in both chats, pardon me. Yeah, there is a link posted in both chats for staff applications that are currently open, if I'm correct.
Also, you can check on the Stronghold website. If you just look up Splatoon Stronghold. You can always check on
the, look up Splatoon Stronghold, you should see it there too. Again, we accept applications for just about every role, for every single role that we have there, and we will contact those that are, you know, that should that role be needed. So yeah, if you have any experience, do take a look down the list of staff roles and see if there's anything that interests you, and do just shoot your application. We are more than willing to take anybody who wants to lend a hand. So yeah, thank you very much. And well, I think that's about it. That's about all I have to say on that. But for the next set, once it's ready, is going to be the revenge match, which again for Ripple Effect against Wiped Out, because Wiped Out won 3-0, and Ripple Effect, while technically winning by default, it unfortunately, but due to the forfeit. I'm definitely interested to see how this goes, though.
I think Ripple Effect still had like a very strong lead though in terms of wins. Anyways. And I mean, just to add on to another thing about volunteers, you don't have to be a Splatoon veteran to be honest.
Indeed.
To join any of our teams. We have a lot of different teams that look for a lot of different things, and most of them don't really require that much experience in competitive. I mean, the only ones I'd say is like maybe like commentator. You need to have like played the game a lot to know some of the slang and just know a bunch of stuff. Exactly, and then coaches as well. But apart from that, like you don't really have to be like that well versed in the comp team or in the comp scene to be a member of our staff. And it's really cool that you can get this opportunity to join this organization. So I would suggest doing it if you're interested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're looking to like, again, any help is appreciated. Like this kind of like large project that we're running does not happen with just a few people. We have a massive team, and we could always use an extra couple of hands around. So, right, yeah. Anyways, so we are at finals after a long, arduous checks clock. 3 hours around. All right. So, for Wiped Out, we are seeing a dedicated charger player in Eric, a bit of a flex player for CK. Fane is a bucket player. Okay, we're seeing a lot of seeing some very dedicated players. I think it was
This is unreal. Wait, Fane? I have a guy named Fane on my team, and they're a Dreadringer player.
I'm just gonna say Spider-Man point meme. You gotta somebody take a screenshot, Umbra. Just if you literally have Spider-Man point meme. But yeah,
what?
But it's again I mean, when it comes to weapon choice, I think if you're looking to diversify what weapons you can play, the first and easiest step is to go for a weapon that's in the same class as your main. I think it's definitely, it's most of the time it's not too far outside your current comfort zone, and it definitely can teach you a couple of different things about your main as well. You'd be surprised what it can teach you.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely flex the weapons that are very similar to you. And I think Dreadringer Slosher, they have a bit of overlap with the way they work. But also, to be honest, they're both really fun weapons, I think, to play. And I think it is pretty common for Slosher players to have Dreadringer as a flex, or Dreadringer players to have Slosher as a flex option, if their team wants it.
Indeed, I mean, you can never go wrong with Bucket, though. Just Bucket on its own is such a good, such a strong weapon. Either way. I mean, case in point, for Ripple Effect, Nevi, with, again, the Bucket and the decap, although I don't think they switched off of decap last set.
No, they had Dread, I think, in the first game.
I think I'm gonna leave. I think I'm gonna leave or at least attempted predictions and thoughts until we see the maps though for this, because it's a question of okay, let's see. Ooh, okay. This is a really nice. Okay, I'm gonna say I really like this. I'm really liking this because first map being Zone Terrorfish. What do you think about this, first of all? I think I'll let you go first for this one, bro. What do you think?
I mean, I think cool maps so far. Robo, last one, interesting. Haggle Zones. This is a map that you're really gonna see a lot of players struggling to play on. In low level and entry level, because it's just it's so weird because the mid is so tiny, and then there's 2 flank routes on both sides of the map. But I'm actually so Rainmaker Museum. I'm actually kind of curious about this because if it's anything similar to what happened last time, Ripple Effect, they had a Wellstring, and that Wellstring was doing really good on popping Rainmaker. So they're gonna Wiped Out is gonna have to figure out a solution for this, and then Mako Tower. I don't even know what the plan is here. because no one has like a dominant charger or like specifically dominant specials. So again, like it's anyone's game. Last time these two teams met, Wiped Out went 2-1 versus Ripple Effect. So, you know, anything goes, I'd say. Anything goes.
And that match was quite recent too. It was in the group stages of this. So I'm definitely willing to bet that Ripple Effect is looking to get back at them for it. So it's literally like a grudge match finals, which is something you love to see. There's a story here. All right. Here we go. Wiped Out coming off of a 3-0 victory. Ripple Effect looking to redeem themselves for the group stage. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, this is the finals of the mid-season tournament. And an early pick coming off for the E-Liter. What a shot. Taking out the dualies. Incredible. But the Stringer will respond in kind by picking off the T-Tech. And now we see Ripple Effect getting aggressive with Cooler. Oh my goodness, they get one pick. The reslide is repositioned. That's it.
Oh! Aggressive, okay. Both teams have Cooler too. It's really cool.
Yep. Cooler counterpart, but incredibly far up. The only person who got that was the Dapple, unfortunately. And it doesn't look like they're going to be getting much out of it. Oh no! The end tap that had just jumped in. Oh my goodness. Yep, the end tap has decided to be a pain in their side this match, apparently.
Gonna go soon. That slider though. The dreads
is very dangerous.
The deciding factor of this match. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, these sliders going past mid are really, really lethal if they don't pay attention to the UI. So they're gonna be the deciding factor, and then the rest of the team is really just gonna have to either pick off these red ringers or just try and like defend them.
Okay, Ripple Effect definitely has the specials they need to take this back. They just need the position for it. Oh, the reslider is ready. Are they going to pop it? Or are they going to try and pop it through their side? Never mind. They just they get their head taken off by the E-Leader. They found them, and their corresponding dread ringer just gets to go for free. Oh no! The splashdown to avoid damage, and just their entire team gets taken out behind them. Luckily, the T-Tech does get out with strikes, so that means there's a good chance of continuing ticking down their score.
Looks like they're getting pretty far into the respawn. They can't use these strikes quite yet. I don't know if they're going to be able to cap like this. This could be really bad for them. I think, that T-Tech
really far up.
Good jump down. Oh, never mind.
He's line got it. Let's see if the dreads are
but that counter slide could be brutal. No, wait.
Oh no!
Whoa. It's just this though.
Yeah, the iframes did not kick in for that reslider, and it will go to waste because they did not have cooler. That is not good for Ripple Effect's current progress. Oh, the Julie trying to desperately stay alive.
Comes out so early. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Dread goes down. Really bad.
Both teams, again, are at each other's throats from the get-go game one. They do not want to go quietly, and they do not want a repeat of their last set against Wiped Out. Ripple Effect is going for the throat.
Wow. I mean, this leader is taking such aggressive positions, and frankly, they're not even getting punished for it that much. They're able to avoid being picked off, so they're getting some pretty good stuff going. Really close so far. I mean, both teams have sliders.
Dooley's with the flank gets hit too.
Wow, Dooley's going in. Gets picked off, but he does get 2 for huge value.
Yeah, but it has already done the damage. The damage has already been done.
Yep. Now, they have a slider. They do have that advantage. If they go with this cooler, this could be really good for them. But, I mean, you know, White Dog has the advantage. Never mind!
Oh no, but they didn't get the jump out. That was...
The bow gets...
Like, I think we're both speechless after that one, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
I'm flabbergasted.
That reslinger angle was most certainly accidental, but it absolutely worked out in their favor because I don't think anybody was expecting it to just not move. Excellent shooting for the E-Liter. 2 down. Are they going to drop for the third? No.
Oh, this fight is too focused though. Are they going to be able to get it back in time? Oh, wait. No, wait. He does get a pin. Wait. They get a pin.
Yeah, the E-Liter is keeping this painted. Oh, there's a reef though. That's not good.
Oh no!
Oh no, dude. Unfortunate and tragic, but well played. Good first stop for Ripple Effect.
Ripple Effect angry that they lost last time, determined to not lose again. We're gonna have to see though if Wiped Out is gonna contest it.
The thirst for vengeance is strong with these ones, and it's clear to see they do not intend to back down. Very convincing win though, honestly. I was not like that reslider. That reslider was just honestly half funny, half surprising.
No, and then like the E-Leader plays at the end, wow, getting 2 down, but just barely not being able to paint over.
Yeah,
it was so good. Down split, to be honest.
On top of the Dreadringer doing a good job of not entering the line of sight when it had when it had reslider ready, because like that reslider was pivotal to ending the game then and there.
I mean, yeah, now we're gonna see what's gonna happen this one. Because that Dreadringer on the side of Ripple Effect, they have 2 options. They could either play Decaf, or they could play another slider. And if they play slider here, they are gonna have 2 repopping specials. And not only, like, compare with that, they're gonna have this Wellstring or Bow, which is really easy to repop. So, you know, Wiped Out is gonna have to avoid this stagger, and then find some way for the leader to either get into a position to pick off this Bow, or for Wiped Out's members to shark up to this Bow and pick them off.
This is just incredibly true. I can't even say anything about that. It's just like, it's just true. Right here, have that true. Yeah, had you paper with true on it. But, this, I'm not sure, because, like, remember, like you said, I think, like, the Dread, no, not Dread, the, Wellstring is definitely going to be a factor here. Like, Wellstring is definitely scary, because it could just sit back on this, well, next to Spinner, and just pelt the Rainmaker in initial spawn. And, I mean, like, Rainmaker Shield definitely gets a lot less dangerous when it's on upper check. I think we're going to agree on that. Because when it is on upper check, you have a massive Spinner to block a majority of the blast radius from killing you. Although the paint is a different issue, though, entirely.
Yeah, you're really gonna... You are correct, yeah, and then just a bit after that checkpoint, that's the issue, right? Because if one of the players apart from the Wellstring picks it up, and then they can run it past that Spinner, it's straight out in the open, and you can just force it and continuously force it. Because Reef Slider is so dominant on Rainmaker Museum, because it's so hard for you to move Rainmaker past the checkpoint when that Reef Slider exists, because it's just out in the open, you have no cover.
Indeed. Definitely.
It's like we have a roster swap on one player too. Completely new comp. Wow. Decaf coming out.
No okay, one thing surprising, no custom Wellstring.
No.
I was expecting custom Wellstring mainly for the Wavebreaker, but Wavebreaker is quite good on your win.
Yeah.
Oh, immediate
really
right
focused on popping rain.
From 52.
Wow.
Guys, hello? 52 spread moment.
Okay. Doing what every top player does, going right side and then faking everyone out.
Yep. Going right side, nothing happens.
Jesus Christ,
there's an opportunity! The immediate dunk from the Wellstring! That was such quick recognition, and I don't think Wiped Out knows what just happened. Like, I'm guessing from their point of view, just tell them, oh my goodness. Okay, Zuga's come out to try and get a counter push. Whale has come out as well. It's just absolute chaos on this field so far.
Decaf just trying to keep that rain back.
Oh my goodness. They want them dead. They want that carrier dead.
This Decaf is determined to not let checkpoint go.
No, absolutely not.
Incredible recognition too.
Yeah, incredible patience too. Like just incredible play all around with the bubble there. Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately, Leader does go down. Leader kills them. Honestly, yeah, I mean, the Wellstring, I think they're just picking the stamp because they really just want that extra popping power. And, you know, maybe they're going to get, like, a cheap and easy option to pro stamp, maybe get that Leader or a slow player like a... Well, not the Dread here, but if they assume... No, never mind, sorry. Yeah, they have a Dread.
Yeah.
Then they could, you know, cancel the Dread slider like that. Yeah, but, you know, I mean, look, they're getting pretty good. Reef Slider comes out a bit early, but honestly, it's not even that bad for them. They could easily get checkpoint like this, and then go. Oh, but that decav comes out, killing the Dread.
They do need to be careful though. If they're going to leave the Rainmaker exposed like that, they better pray nobody flanks them.
I think this decav has
getting caught out. Yep, get distracted. The amount of pressure that Wiped Out is exerting is impressive. However, they have still yet to break check. And that's what they intend to do right now. If they can get to it, the hammer miss! No, the hammer actually does get them, but the hammer from Wiped Out is going to get 4. Wow. That's a 4-man. Wow. I have a hammer and everything I see is a nail. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Okay.
One pick up here, the lead flips. There it is.
They get it. They get it pretty far too. Okay. It's just that Dread though. I think. Wait, but that Dread does have a slider. They could slide that Rainmaker and try and keep this push going. Oh, where are they going? Okay, Fane seems to be trying to hold mid. And I think they're trying to hold the slider for when they push with Bubble or with Rainmaker, and then they're able to get an easy cancel.
Yeah. Yeah, just attempting to keep this push stable so far. So, oh my god, yeah, no, immediate counter. The second they see that bubble pop. No, stop that right now. Oh, but no, the Dread runs out of ink and gets in. Oh, but a good counter pick will work with that. Oh, the shot is putting in work here, keeping their carrier safe while also making sure to keep things painted. But the DK's flanked, but they are also covering them. Oh no, the Wellspring might just get.
Have a hammer though.
Yeah, Wellspring is just being a massive thorn in their side for this push.
We've wiped out his caught onto what Ripple Effect is trying to do. They're trying to drop players in one by one. It's just not working anymore though. I think they've noticed. They're getting clumps up. Oh, I don't know if they're going to take this huge pick on that shot though. Most players are down. It's just this Dreadringer picking up Rainmaker. But look, that slider is going to be a huge pick.
Oh my god, what a shot. 2 down.
Wow, okay.
They're taking it slow though. They're taking it slow, which as you should in this situation. If you want to get lead back, you need to take things slow. And the hammer is just going to keep it going.
Wow.
Down to 14.
Wow.
And the hammer damage is going to land.
Oh god. Getting that,
what a weightlifting! Oh my god.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Ripple Effect take it 2-0 so far. My word.
I'm telling you, like, this scam, incredible so far. I mean, it's just the fact that they can pop Rainmakers so fast, and frankly, Wiped Out just doesn't really have an option, and they don't know what to do against it. So, working in their favor, let's see if Wiped Out is able to retake on Mako Tower, though, because I think this is going to be pretty even for them.
I mean, I'm definitely interested to see, because again, if they're not, okay, assuming no comp changes occur, but I'm willing to bet there will be a comp change. I'm willing to bet that they're going to stick with at least one Wavebreaker weapon here. Because again, Wavebreaker is really good with tower, especially if you can get it behind the pole and moving. Just really just rests up to how they want to approach this.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I'd see any comp change, I think they might pick Slosher over their current Dreadbringer, because it's like, this Decav is dashing in, you know, they're flanking a lot, and they need some fighting option for it, right? And they also need some way to break its bubble, and Slosher does all of those things. And apparently the fans want CK on Milk Reflux.
I mean, again, it's not a bad pick. Milk Reflux is never... I can't say it's a bad pick, especially for tower. Like, Booyah Bomb's, like, high output of Booyah Bomb is something that is not to be scoffed at. Like, you can't scoff at that kind of, like, potential.
I mean, honestly, you know, like, I can see it. Booyah Bomb, useful, solid on tower. I think Wiped Out's biggest advantage here is they're using leader. And, like you mentioned with Wavebreaker, it's really powerful. Plus, like, E-Leader versus a bow on this map, E-Leader has a bit of an advantage, because their player is going to be able to shoot tower and get picks off like that.
Yep.
And they're going to be able to control stacks really easily, because that E-Leader does have dominance over the bow with the range.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. I mean, if you want to please the crowd, like, yeah, go for the cream, but it's whatever you feel, it's whatever the teams feel is, like, best in the moment kind of thing. Of course, I mean, especially on LAN, like, here's the difference between, like, online tournaments versus LAN. Like, on LAN, you have the crowd, and like, unless you've got noise-canceling headphones, if the crowd's not in your favor, you're gonna feel it, and it can affect you. It can absolutely affect you as a player. However, online, like, so long it just one thing I recommend. I'm sorry, I don't mean offense to any viewer. The best thing a player can do is just not pay attention to chat or anything. Hell, don't pay attention to the commentators either. Don't pay attention to anything we're saying. While we attempt to remain unbiased, any words you hear can either distract you or make you think about something else. And that's not good.
Very true.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You know, thankfully, we are not on a local. So, actually, they should be fine. I think, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna pick Reflex, I think you should pick Booyah Reflex if you think it's good. But, you know, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, you know, if it is broken, maybe you do need to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be an Agent of Chaos, you pick up... Yeah. If you're an Agent of Chaos, you always pick Reflux Deco for the most dysfunctional kit in the game, outside of Tetris.
That's it. Don't forget, you get to play that thing in Turf War a lot. You know, I think SBA really needs Turf War in this tournament. I think that would be great.
You take that up with Fist, he will probably disintegrate you on the spot.
I'd like to see him try.
Alright.
Okay.
Aight. The match should be beginning any moment now, so let's get into it. Again, we're in a similar situation to the last set, though. That's the thing. Like, Ripple Effect has just secured 2 points very early on in the set and is putting in a massive amount of pressure on their opponents. So let's say if they keep that up.
Let's only hope there's no disconnection.
Double bucket!
Whoa, okay, Slosher does come out. They're opting for a cooler on both teams. Okay. Interesting, no decav? I wonder what the play is right now.
I mean, I think the bucket is definitely the right choice here, because look how far that can affect your stack. That can affect the entirety of the top of the stack. Unfortunately, oh my goodness, 3 down on the side of Wiped Out. That's a really good start for Ripple Effect, given that they have just gotten cooler.
Ooh.
Oh, Booyah comes out as well to extend it.
That's good. I mean, yeah, like, look, okay, Booyah Bomb is really good for, you know, not only rolling tower, but canceling overtime. Booyah Forge trying to pick off this Viper.
Oh my goodness.
Thankfully,
that was a juking battle, honestly.
Okay, leader, though, they're just picking off fish in a barrel. Wow.
Yep.
Do you see this?
But they get forced out!
Oh,
yep. You either move or you die. It's, yeah, very good Booyah Bomb there, forcing them to either move off a snipe or just, you know, want the end perish. It's... Oh! What? Oh, wait, no, I know.
No,
that...
armor.
Yeah, armor. I was like, yeah, I was about to say, hold up a second. That ain't right.
I mean, Chump's coming out, you know, they're gonna really just be able to fight for this track. And it's really anyone's game, still. I mean, yeah, Ripple Effect, it does have a pretty strong lead, and I think one of their biggest advantages at the moment is that they're just very staggered, you know, not everyone on Wiped Out is just going in at the same time, but that looks like that might change right now.
Yeah, they are trying to push through the most dangerous section of their tower path. Ooh, almost. But yeah, no, Booyah, Kref wants to save this Booyah for a very specific moment in this push. Probably when they want to try and go for a check here. But then you be careful. Oh my goodness. That's probably given them a bit of a heart skip. Again, this Lita is lethal and has no intention of missing when it counts. Again, holding on to these specials.
On that left flat, they're really struggling to...
Oh, here it comes.
But don't forget, they have Spikes and Booyah both coming out right now. Wow.
A lethal combination to force them to move, that's for sure. And...
The 2-2 leader strips it. Oh my god, wait. It's just the leader versus both.
It's literally just like, are you gonna peek? No, I'm not gonna peek. It's literally a, like, you know, hey, what's your name situation. And another shot landed onto Kref. My word, Eric is very scary with this Lita. Extremely patient, too. And now we see Ripple Effect is on the back foot. Once again, the script flips. It just has a habit of doing that, honestly. Oh, a spray bomb will take out one. Ripple Effect has now is making a solid defense with all of this AoE spam. It's very difficult for Wiped Out to stay on the tower longer than a couple of seconds.
mean, just look at this, right? Like, they need to not only get a really good push going on the side of Wipeout, but they also, wow, look at that. But they also just need to, like, somehow deal with these two terrible specials to fight, you know. Booyah Bomb and Strikes on tower, they can shut down entire pushes just by themselves. And they need to figure out some sort of game plan. Like, someone needs to flank. That's a good pick, though. Someone needs to flank, you know, someone needs to, like, get around them, you know, take out the bow, take out the slosher, right? Because at the moment, you know, throwing themselves against it just doesn't seem to be working. Because Ripple Effect just always has those specials ready. Just stop tower pushes.
Yeah, right now it's just a hard scrap battle in the middle, in mid. Like, neither side has been able to get an advantage here. That's the thing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, it's literally just, like, immovable, like, unstoppable force meeting immovable object here. Players are, like, the teams are trading players left and right. Neither team is able to get a sizable advantage over the other. But unfortunately, Ripple Effect is, they have the lead. They have the lead so long as they play to that fact. It's going to be really difficult for them, for Wipeout to do anything. Outside of an outstanding special usage here, it's going to result in Ripple Effect just winning by default if they can't get anything going. And, oh my goodness, these specials keeping the backline away from point. What is this? Incredible usage, despite it probably not being that intentional.
I mean, struggling to stay alive, wiped out, gets tower, but this might be the last push they get. You know, they need something here. Right?
Yeah.
They can't, like, they need a flank, they need to take out this Forge and this Slosher. They're coming up on their specials, and this could be the end for them.
Yeah, 10 seconds left on the clock. They need to do something, and they need to do it now. Both teams have a player down. They have a player advantage. They need to stay on that tower. One touch means it's over, and they will lose the set. But the thing is, Wavebreaker's active. They have a player on their side, but they immediately jump off. What's going on? Oh my goodness.
Strikes are going to come out
down each team again. Strikes, and it's over.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, I'm not sure why that player jumped off. I'm not sure why that player jumped off of jumped off there. That was, oh my goodness. It must have just been nerves.
I think they were scared. They were scared. They wanted to try and get something done. They wanted to secure the area in front of tower line, but unfortunately, you know,
that's the
those
thing.
strikes,
the entirety of enemy enemy battlements is the area in front of tower. I think that's just came to the fact that they didn't trust their teammate to stay alive on tower. Like, and not in the worst way. I think it was just instinctual, less so like intentional mistrust. Because like in that situation, you need people to stay alive. Yeah.
You know, I think in the middle of that match, you know, it was just like a dogfight in mid. But honestly, you know, wiped out. They just did not have the specials to deal with that, and Ripple Effect, frankly, was just in a good position because they had a strong lead. So congratulations to Ripple Effect for being the new valedictorians. Well, not sorry, valedictorians.
Not quite yet.
The new winners of the mid-season.
Yeah, we're not handing out that title. We can't hand out the title 2 weeks early. Come on, man. What are you doing it? But yeah, congratulations to Ripple Effect.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see them compete again in our tournament for the showcase. Yeah, the Academy Showcase for Season 8 in 3 weeks from this date. So you're gonna see them duke it out again, and who knows, maybe Wiped Out will be our new valedictorians, or maybe Ripple Effect is gonna come up top again.
Yep, I hope to see them. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to see how the players improve over the next 3 weeks. Because again, they've had around 3 weeks of experience for this tournament. What can we expect to see within another 3 weeks? That's definitely going to be interesting, and I would highly encourage you, like everybody who's tuning in right now, to tune in again when that stream comes up. It'll definitely be fun to watch. Because I certainly had fun with this one.
But for now, congratulations to Ripple Effect for winning the mid-season tournament. And let's actually check how it's going on for the others.
Yeah,
right?
Because we do have that third place match. I'm not sure whether if it's currently being played or whether they're waiting for us.
They're still playing it and they're nearly done. I think we'll be finished after we finish this. Yeah. It looks like no one's actually finished yet, but everything's pretty close. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. So looks like third place match is just already being run. So yeah, looks like that's it for everybody. And okay, right. So two things. Okay, I'll like once again. Thank you all for tuning in. First of all, that's the biggest thing. Again, like Stronghold would not be where it is now without the support of the community at large. And we'd like to encourage you to both consider signing up for next season once the sign-ups open once we finish the showcase in the next 3 weeks. And again, if you feel like if you would like to help contribute to the Stronghold staff in any way, again, please feel free to check out the staff sign-ups and the links below in both Twitch and the YouTube comments. So, yeah, like, again, we'd be glad to have you for either as a staff member or as a future student. Either way, thank you very much for everybody, and well, we'll see you guys later. Anything you would like? Actually, almost forgot. Umbra, where can people find you?
I don't have a blue sky. However, you can send me a message on Discord. At IOWSOME, IOAWSOME, if you want to chat or you have any inquiries for coaching or anything else, and I'd be sure to help you out. What about you, Kieran?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at the same as my name, so @SnugKieran. But apart from that, it's just about it. Well, again, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you at the showcase in 3 weeks. See you guys then. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.